It's time now for Philadelphia Eagles football, brought to you by your Cadillac Super Network dealer. Cadillac is changing the way you think about American automobiles. By the more than 300 MAB paint stores in Rich Lux Home Centers since 1899. By Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's the right beer now. By Sears Brand Central, the brand you want at the store you trust. By Frito-Lay, makers of new tastier and crispier Lay's brand potato chips. By Dunkin' Donuts, where it's always worth the trip. By your Key States Jeep and Eagle dealers, there's only one Jeep. By Cottman Transmissions, no one has a better guarantee than your Cottman man. By Texaco System 3 gasoline, the energy to go further. By Snapple Natural Beverages, made from the best stuff on earth. By Hers, Philadelphia's favorite. Make hers yours. By Budget Rent-A-Car of Philadelphia. Budget features quality products of the Chrysler Corporation and other fine cars. By 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. By Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. And by your Nissan dealers. It's time to expect more from a car. This afternoon, the Eagles travel south to New Orleans to play the Saints in Game 1 of the playoffs. Now nestled high atop the 50-yard line at the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Merrill Reese and Stan Walters.
Both the Eagles and the New Orleans Saints hunger for a playoff win. The Eagles haven't had one since 1981. The Saints haven't won a playoff game in the 26-year history of their franchise. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Merrill Reese along with Stan Walters at the Louisiana Superdome. Today, these teams battle for the right to spend next Sunday in Dallas. Stanley, you can feel the tension.
It's a playoff atmosphere. The difference between preseason games and regular season games is double what regular season is into the playoff games. These two teams are very evenly matched. I think it's going to be a real close ball game, and we'll get back to that, Merle, when we talk about it before the kickoff.
And we'll be back with more on the Eagles Football Network. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles Football on 94 WYSP Philadelphia.
The Buffalo Bills have entered the next round of the playoffs in one of the great come-from-behind wins of all time, probably the greatest in playoff history, 41-38 over the Houston Oilers. The Oilers win in that game 35-3. Just an incredible comeback by the Bills. All right, here are the starting lineups for this game. The winner goes on to Dallas. For the Eagles, the tackles Ron Heller and Antone Davis. The guards Brian Baldinger and Eric Floyd. The center, David Alexander. The tight end, Keith Byers. The receivers, Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams. The running backs, Herschel Walker and Heath Sherman. And the quarterback, Randall Cunningham.
The Saints on defense, the ends are Wayne Martin and Frank Warren. The nose tackles, Jim Wilkes. The linebackers, and all four of them are going to the Pro Bowl. Ricky Jackson, Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson, and Pat Swilling. The cornerbacks are Toy Cook and Reginald Jones. The safeties are Keith Taylor and Gene Atkins.
Offensively for the Saints, the tackles Richard Cooper and Stan Brock. The guards Jim Dombrowski and Chris Port. The center Joel Hilgenberg. The tight end Hobie Brenner. The wide receivers Quinn Early and Eric Martin. The running backs Dalton Hilliard and Craig Hayward. And the quarterback Bobby Hebert.
Eagles on defense, Reggie White and Clyde Simmons are the ends. A change in the starting tackle position. Instead of Mike Pitts, the Eagles are going to start Mike Golick and Andy Harmon. The linebackers are Seth Turner, Byron Evans, and William Thomas. Cornerbacks Mark McMillan, Eric Allen. Safeties Rich Miano and John Booty.
They have just flipped the coin.
Saints have won the toss.
Saints have won the toss.
Saints have won the toss. Will receive.
Saints will receive. There is no wind to speak of inside the dome. Eagles will line up on the side that they were standing for the coin toss. Here are the officials. The referee is Dale Hammer. The umpire, Rex Stewart. The head linesman, Dale Williams. The line judge, Jeff Bergman. The back judge, Dick Freed. The side judge, Don Carlson. And the field judge, Bob Lewis. Well, Stan, this place is going to get very, very noisy. But Rich Kotite said something to his team that made a lot of sense. He said, you have to create your own environment.
And I think you do that. But first of all, I think one of the things is that the Saints might have the home field advantage. But if the Eagles could get up 10 points, then all of a sudden you have the Saints fans saying, another playoff loss, and you can turn them real fast. Down here in New Orleans, they're as fed up or getting as frustrated as the Eagle fans with no playoff victories in the last couple of years.
And as far as the noise level, the Eagles practiced with tape-recorded noise all week, provided to them by NFL Films. They put it inside that bubble and just blasted away. The deep men for the Saints. To the far side of the kicker's left, Patrick Newman. To the near side of the kicker's right, Vaughn Dunbar. Roger Ruzick has it teed up at the 35. Eagles in their white jerseys today. Saints in their black jerseys with their gold pants and gold helmets. Not a seat to be sound found in the Superdome. Now Buford Jordan is back also as a return man. Here is the kickoff. High, not overly deep. Coming down to Dunbar at the 6. Out across the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 6, and 7. Vaughn Dunbar up the center of the field. And he is stopped by Ephesians Barkley and Otis Smith at the 27-yard line. 21-yard return. Saints moving from our right to our left here in the first quarter.
I think you might get Jim Moore trying some. I just get a feeling here, Merrill, you might see more. He's been very critical. They've been critical of him for being very, very conservative.
Dalton Hilliard is the single setback. Wing to the near side of the field. Ball at the Saints 22nd. First offensive play action. Hebert back. He's going deep down the far side of the field. Incomplete. And Stan was absolutely correct as he tried to go downtown to Clint Early, who was covered step for step by Mark McMillan. But the crowd liked the
crowd liked it, and Moore makes a big play, but the Eagles were suspecting it. The big thing you got to do is put big play after big play, and Moore went right out. I really think that Jim Moore plays as a normal game plan of relying on 15 points from Morton Anderson. They could be in trouble.
Second down for the Saints at the 27. They start out in a full house I. The tight end up closest to the quarterback. Hayward in the middle. Hilliard, the deep man. Hobie Brenner in motion. The handoff goes to Hilliard, who picks up only about a yard. And he's tripped up like Rich Miano, knifing through with Clyde Simmons and the Saints in a third down and almost 10.
Let me get back to what I was saying about Jim Moore's game plan. The fact is, the Saints, they could dominate for 3/4 of the game and really totally dominate the game and only be up 17-14. The other hand, if the Eagles dominate for 3/4, you could be up 28-10. The Saints have got to put touchdowns on the board. They can't rely on Morton Anderson field goals.
Third and almost 10 for the Saints. Eagles with nickel coverage. Hebert standing in the shotgun. Right to his right. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. 1 to the far side or his right. Third down, low snap. Hebert gets it out. He throws over the middle and completes it to Hayward, who leaps over a man, picks up the first down. 45 midfield, drive down in Eagles territory at the 46-yard line.
Okay, the Eagles line up with 5 down linemen. They take Seth Joyner and put him down. The rush almost gets to Hebert. They don't make the tackle. Hayward catches the ball about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and then Rich Miano completely misses the tackle. He goes for the cut. You got to make a tackle. You can't try to cut down Hayward. Hayward jumps over it, and he goes for the score.
Not the score, but
I'm sorry, it was Mark McMillan and Miano. McMillan and Miano missed the tackle. The guy gets that game.
Booty dragged him down. First and 10 Saints.
Cut legs out.
They're at the Eagles' 46, moving right to left. Hilliard, the single setback, takes the handoff, goes up the middle, and is pulled down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 2. Byron Evans and Seth Joyner make the stop. And Stan, you are absolutely right. You cannot have shoddy tackling against this team.
Shoddy, attempt to tackle. Don't attempt to cut the guy's legs out for him. You got to make tackles in the National Football League. You can't throw your body in there and try to cut them down. They're too good. Teams don't get to the playoffs because they get knocked off their feet by body blocks.
3 wide receivers slot to the far side, but they will often run out of this formation. Hilliard, the lone setback on 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Eagles' 44. Opening action here in the first quarter. No score in the game. On second down, Hebert takes his drop. He lets it go, completes it, and he has Quinn Early for the first down at the Eagles' 35. John Booty made the tackle. The ball was thrown high, but Quinn Early went up and got it for a 14-yard gain.
Early comes down, he pushes Booty back, then he cuts in. Booty giving him an awful lot of cushion, allows him to go up and make the catch. If Booty's in good position when Early goes up, he should be cutting him in half, but he's giving him so much cushion. Eagles putting on a good pass rush, but Hebert has the time.
This time, Hayward is the single setback. First and 10, New Orleans at the Eagles' 34. Opening drive for the Saints. Motion and Torrance Small, the third receiver. The handoff goes to Ironhead, and he picks up very little. He is gang tackled at the 33-yard line. Byron Evans in there, Andy Harmon in there. 11:19 to go in the first quarter. No score in the game, and the Saints in a second down and 9. The football well within Morton Anderson territory already. Eagles had an opportunity to stop the Saints in their own territory, and poor tackling gave the Saints a first down. Second down and 9, New Orleans. Ball at the 32 of the Eagles. This time the backs are side by side with Hilliard outside of Ironhead Hayward. Hebert wants to throw. He sets, he fires, and he completes it to Eric Martin across the 15 down to the 13. Eric Martin on a crossing pattern, tackled by John Booty, but Hebert right on the money.
Martin comes down. He's got Mark McMillan in the zone. He breaks to the inside. Once again, Booty playing too deep. You got to come up on the man. You got to keep things in front of you, but you got to be within 5 yards of the man that's running the crossing pattern so you can knock it down. You're playing your zone, but you can play the zone standing at the goal line. They're starting to work on John Booty. It's been 2 plays.
Single setback is Hayward. First and 10 Saints at the 13. Hunter, the tight end, in motion. Eagles adjust, moving around on defense. First and 10. Hayward, the single setback. Hebert, penalty flag down as he gives it to Hayward, and let's see about the call. I believe it's going to be against the Saints for delay of game.
I think they're going to have false movement. False start.
67 on the offense, private snap, 5 yards.
Stand block.
Gotta like Jim Moore coming out with a passing game attack. Now, in the beginning of the season, the Saints were very conservative, but they have opened it up a little bit in the latter part of the season where they started putting 24, 28 points on the board.
So it'll be first and 15 for the Saints. The line of scrimmage, the Eagles 18.
Now they take out Haywood and put in Dalton Hilliard.
Slot to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. That's Eric Martin. Back goes Hebert. He's setting up. He has time. He's rolling. He throws for the end zone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag, and it'll be against Mark McMillan, who went up with Eric Martin.
If in the playoffs and they have a rookie starting, you got to work at him. Bobby Hebert worked right at it, went right towards the side where John Booty and Mark McMillan's playing. Now they get a call. I don't see the call. I don't think Mark McMillan intentionally does anything, but I do think he impedes the progress.
Here's the replay.
We're looking at a replay. As he comes across, he's in good position. Now all of a sudden, he goes to stop. He gave him a little push beforehand because Martin was stopping and McMillan couldn't stop because he didn't know Martin was stopping.
To the Saints with a first and goal at the 1.
Kind of a chintzy call, but definitely pass interference.
Hayward and Hilliard the backs. The kick goes to Ironhead, and he crushes through for the touchdown. You could have booked that. And so the Saints take 5 minutes and 40 seconds and score on their opening drive. They did everything they wanted on that drive.
Going back to that pass interference call, it is there. I think in the playoff game, Mark McMillan doesn't push him, but the guy stops, and McMillan just gives him a little, feels where he is, and they make a close call. Very, very tight, close call. It is pass interference, but in the playoff game, you go, whoa, little chintzy.
Here is the extra point, spotted, kicked up good. Timeout on the field with the score. New Orleans 7, the Eagles nothing of the Eagles Football Network. 9:20 to go in the first quarter. And the Eagles have to play from behind. They have yet to get the offense on the field. As New Orleans scored on an 8-play drive, 73 yards for the opening touchdown on a 1-yard run by Ironhead Hayward.
And a little help on that pass interference call. I think the call was a little too tight to make in a playoff game. And that the ball was going to be overthrown. He kind of hit him. I think it was just too close of a call for the referee to get involved, although it was pass interference.
Here is the kickoff by Anderson. It is coming down to Sikahema. He comes out of the end zone to the 10, to the 15, and Sikahema out to the 20. 21-yard return by Sikahema, who took it 1 yard deep. Tommy Stowers in on the special teams play for the Saints. So the Eagles go to work at their own 20-yard line.
I think Rich Kotite's got to be thinking, he can't. You got to play to win. You got to throw the ball down. You can't be establishing the run. You got to go after them. You got to be able to put the ball up.
And this crowd is into this game in a big, big way. Slot to the far side. Sherman the up back. Walker the tailback. On first down, the give goes to Walker, and Walker picks up only about a yard or two. Vaughn Johnson makes the stop for the Saints.
We talked about the Saints on defense, or the Saints offensively not the first game they played against Andre Waters and Wes Hopkins. In this game, the Eagles have an attack in that they have Reese Sherman, somebody they didn't use against the Saints in the first game of the season.
Second down and 8 for the Eagles. Moving left to right in their white uniform. This time the backs are split. So are the receivers. Cunningham is back to throw. He screams it out to Walker, who comes and tries to cut back, but he doesn't get any place. He is tackled at the 22 as Ricky Jackson gets over there and then gets help from Sam Mills. Herschel took the pass, tried to get to the outside. There was nothing there. Tried to cut it back. There was nothing there as Mills came over. And the play picks up a not-so-grand total of 1 yard.
And a good example of why the Saints have 4 linebackers in the Pro Bowl. One-on-one, Herschel Walker starts trying to juke Ricky Jackson. He can't do it. Jackson holds on. Sam Mills with quick pursuit comes over and makes the tackle.
Eagles into a shotgun and double wing. Green in one slot, fires the other. Green in motion. Cunningham back. He's looking. He has it deflected and incomplete. It was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Frank Warren was the man pouring in on Randall Cunningham. Also coming in was Ricky Jackson, and the Eagles will have to punt.
I think Rich Kotite got to see that if he gets in the third and long passing situations, he's going to be in trouble. Saints put a good rush on. They knocked his quarterback down. Eagles are going to have to throw the ball a lot on first down.
Here is Eagles to punt. Patrick Newman, the return man, a deep spiral. Newman backs up, takes it at the 18, starts forward across the 20, 25, and tripped up at the 32-yard line on a good tackle by Izell Jenkins.
Good driving punt. He outkicked his coverage, something that's not the fault of the punter.
60-yard punt. There's a timeout on the field with the score of the Saints up 7. The Eagles nothing of the Eagles Football Network.
Budget lets you fall into a luxury car at a very affordable price. Rent a roomy, luxurious Chrysler 5th Avenue for any 3 days for only $149. 3-day minimum, limited supply, subject to availability. Other restrictions apply. For information and reservations, call 215-492-9400 or your local budget number. To qualify for this special rate, ask for the Eagles 94 WYSP Budget Football Special. Budget features quality products of the Chrysler Corporation and other fine cars. The smart money is on Budget.
Here's an important message from Janney Montgomery Scott, the Delaware Valley's leading investment firm since 1832. Are your taxes going up? Can tax-free bonds help you keep more of the money you earn? Tax rates for many investors will almost certainly increase in 1993. But since the interest on municipal bonds is usually sheltered from federal and state income taxes, Uncle Sam does not get a cut. A 31% bracket Pennsylvania resident will need a taxable yield of over 9% to match a 6% yield on the tax-free bond. You don't need to be wealthy to benefit from municipal bonds. They can be purchased in amounts as small as $5,000. Janney Montgomery Scott addresses the tax question in the current issue of Current Returns, a monthly publication about fixed income securities, including corporate bonds and mortgage-backed securities. Call Janney Montgomery Scott at 1-800-JANNEYS for a free copy of Current Returns and a weekly offering list of municipal bonds. That's 1-800-JANNEYS.
There's a Janney Montgomery Scott office near you, including York, Hazleton, and Wilkes-Barre.
The Beatles, The Who, all on the classic rock station, 94 WISP.
7:25 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 New Orleans. And the Saints back on offense. 1st and 10 at their own 31.5.
Okay, the Saints are up 7-0. They threw the ball more than we would expect in the first offensive series. I think you see the Saints coming right back with the passing attack.
They slot their receivers to the near side of the field. Early inside of Martin. The backs are split. 1st and 10 New Orleans. Martin in motion from left to right. On 1st down, Hebert fakes. Goes over the middle and completes it to Hobie Brenner at midfield. The tight end in business this time as Miano hangs on for dear life at the 49-yard line of the Eagles 49.
Don't underestimate the loss of Wes Hopkins and Andre Waters in the coaches preparing game plan. You see it right now. They're going right to Booty and Miano.
That was a 17-yard gain. 1st and 10 New Orleans up to midfield in a hurry. They have controlled this first quarter. This time they start out with 3 wide receivers. Slot to the near side of the left of quarterback Hebert. Hilton, the lone setback. The ball just 1 yard into Saints territory. It goes to Hilliard, and Hilliard is brought down after a gain of 2 as he ran into the arms of Andy Harmon. Just into Eagles territory at the 49-yard line.
Andy Harmon makes a big tackle there because there's a big hole there. If Andy Harmon doesn't come off the man that's trying to block him and make the tackle, Hilliard might be into the secondary running with at least an 8 to 10 yard gain.
Hebert has been very, very accurate. 4 for 6. 2nd down and 8. Receiver split. Back split. Ball at the Eagles 48. 2nd down and 8. Vaughn Dunbar in the game in motion. Fake. Back goes Hebert again. He fires behind Dunbar as he's hit by Reggie White. He faked an end around and then threw the ball in the direction of Vaughn Dunbar, but the Eagles had plenty of pressure on Hebert as Reggie White and Andy Harmon were coming in.
He was looking to work against Mark McMillan running the fake, and he was going to throw the ball down that side of the field. Mark McMillan doesn't buy the fake, so then he goes to throw it over to Dunbar. Dunbar wasn't working, but he got hit as he threw it bad pass.
He goes with the shotgun on the double wing. 3rd down and 8. Dalton Hilliard now split to the near side. Hebert by himself. 5 yards deep.
Eagles got a little trouble matching up here on the near side.
3rd and 8. Hebert back. Big rush. Steps up. Fires incomplete. Incomplete. As the Eagles had good pressure on Hebert, who threw it into the vacant middle. The only one around there was Dalton Hilliard. The ball was nowhere near him. So the Saints will have to punt with 5:46 left here in the first quarter with New Orleans on top 7-0. The Van Sickahama. Tommy Barnhart, the punter. Here is his first punt. It's a high, deep spiral. Sickahama watches as it bounces in and out of the end zone. So they'll bring it out to the 20, which is where the Eagles began their first possession. There's a timeout on the field with the score. New Orleans 7, the Eagles nothing on the Eagles Football Network.
A mobile phone is not convenient.
mobile phone is not helpful. It is useless in emergencies. In fact, a mobile phone is completely worthless.
WBD Company.
Unless the call goes through. Make sure your mobile phone is on the Bell Atlantic mobile system, the cellular carrier with the most coverage in the Mid-Atlantic region. Convenient mobile phone centers for quality installation and service with advanced digital technology. And simply put, clear, dependable communications. Because the most important thing is that the call goes through. A mobile phone is only as good as the system is on. Call 1-800-255-BELL. Bell Atlantic Mobile.
When you're spending hard-earned money on electronics, appliances, and home office equipment, it's good to know there'll always be a store you can trust. Sears Brand Central. You can count on more top brands, more service people, affordable credit options, and most important, a name backed by over 100 years of quality, integrity, and constant good values. No wonder more people buy more top brands from the store they trust. Sears Brand Central.
You can count on me, Sears, Roebuck and Company.
After the game, stay tuned for the best classic rock from 4 decades on 94 WISP.
First and 10 for the Eagles, the ball on their own 20-yard line. They trail the Saints 7-0. Snapple's all-natural beverages are a big hit with any sports fan, so why not pick up an ice-cold all-natural Snapple's soda, iced tea, juice, and juice drink today. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. Eagles went nowhere in their first possession. This is their second. The backs in a set right. Receivers split. First and 10. Cunningham gives off and moving up is Heath Sherman to about the 24-yard line. Off left tackle Sam Mills and Vaughn Johnson make the stop. Frank Warren helps out. It'll be a pickup of about 4 yards by Heath Sherman, putting the Eagles in a second down and 6. Heath Sherman playing very well. Second down and 6. This time the receivers are spotted to the far side. The backs in a wide open set. The line of scrimmage, the Eagles 24. Williams in motion. Cunningham fakes. He's rolling. He leaps over a man, stays on his feet, and comes up to the 27, where the football comes loose. I think they're going to say, did he fumble it? They're going to say he did, I think.
Okay, now the one line judge down there, his name is Dale Williams. Dale Williams, if you get to see a replay, he's the head lineman. He was marking the ball where Randall Cunningham was going down, but he didn't see the ball pop loose. You might get this go the other way. Dale Williams, the head lineman, was marking the ball, and he might say he was down.
Down by contact.
Yeah, there. See the guy making a call, number 8, Dale Williams.
I thought so just by the way Cunningham reacted after he went down and the ball came loose. It was almost as if he had heard a whistle.
Well, it doesn't matter what you or I think.
Right.
It matters what that head lineman thinks. See, the head lineman was running up to mark the spot.
Then we're getting a replay on it. Right now, as we watch, his knee is on the ground and the ball is still in his possession.
Real close. But no, I think it's a good call.
Third down and 2. Shotgun. Line of scrimmage to 28. That could have been disastrous. Myers goes in motion. Cunningham in the gun. Backs up, under a rush. He's going to run up across the 30, at the 35, on his feet at the 40, and Cunningham up to the 44-yard line as Pat Swilling tries to hatchet him from behind, tries to get the ball free, but doesn't, and Randall scampers for 15 yards.
Nice play to save to get the first down, but that is not the way the Eagles are going to beat the Saints, by Randall Cunningham on 3rd and 2, looking to run.
I'll take it nevertheless.
You take 6 of those. If you take 6 or 7 of those, I bet you the Eagles wind up losing.
First and 10, the ball at the 42. This time the back's in the eye. Receivers slotted to the near side of the field. Cunningham turns and says something to his back. Positions them in the eye. Ball at the Eagles 43. Saints leading 7-0. Cunningham on play action is back. He's loading up. He wants Barnett deep. Racing. Has it. 5. Touchdown! Arkansas, Fred Barnett! Cunningham to Barnett and a fly pattern, and the ball was thrown on the money.
Perfect pass. He caught him right in stride. Fred Barnett came down, just ran a streak pattern. That's where Randall Cunningham beats people when he stands in the pocket and he throws the ball.
Stan, that was a magnificent pass.
Like the idea of Kotite going to the deep pass after picking up the first down. Just goes right past Toy Cook.
That ball was thrown on the money.
Fred Barnett never had a break stride.
Longest Eagles pass play of the year. And here is the extra point. Spotted, kick up, good. This touchdown connection brought to you by Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems. Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems will donate $200 to the American Cancer Society in honor of this Eagles touchdown.
And you notice the crowd down.
Yep, the crowd has died down. There is a timeout on the field with the score 7 apiece on the Eagles Football Network.
Philadelphia, the tri-state area's #1 volume Chevrolet Geo dealer, now has Oldsmobile and the power of intelligent engineering. Meisner Chevrolet Geo Oldsmobile in the Philadelphia Auto Mall. And the Meisners want to be Philadelphia and the tri-state area's #1 volume Oldsmobile dealer. If you're considering an Oldsmobile, save yourself time and money. Shop at Meisner Chevrolet Geo Oldsmobile, where you get rock-bottom prices on a 900 car, truck, and van inventory. Meisner Chevrolet Geo Oldsmobile, a name you can trust since 1954. For information, call 215-365-0700.
At 7-Eleven, we look at mornings differently because we know how ugly they can get.
What's the problem, officer?
You were going 90 in a 25 zone.
Sorry about that, but I made a minute egg this morning. And when I went to crack it, I missed it and hit my juice glass instead.
Yeah.
Spilling juice all over my tie, so I had to change ties, but the new tie didn't go with the old suit. So I changed suits, and by that time, I was late.
If Murphy's Law applies to your mornings, try 7-Eleven. We have everything you need for a better start, like fresh muffins and cold juices, donuts and fountain soft drinks, and plenty of freshly brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Plus, since we try to check you out in 30 seconds or less, you might actually have time to slow down and enjoy your morning.
I've got an 8:15 with accounting, a 9 o'clock with marketing, and a 9:30 with research.
I guess you'll have to squeeze in a 7:45 with legal, huh?
Guess so.
For getting a good start makes a difference. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Free flavored creamers make great 7-Eleven coffee even better. Try flavors like Swiss Mocha, Irish Cream, Amaretto, or Cinnamon Hazelnut at participating 7-Eleven stores.
The Dole and Zeppelin Car, all on the classic rock station, 94 WISP.
That was the 4th longest pass play in Eagles playoff history, and that was the longest pass against the Saints. The longest pass that the Saints have given up this season. 57 yards. It went from Randall Cunningham to a perfectly in stride Fred Barnett, and we're tied at 7 apiece with 3:22 remaining here in the first quarter. And how about the prophecy of Stan Waters, who said these teams have to play a shootout for it to be an Eagles advantage. Here it is, the kickoff by Ruzick. High and deep and end over end, taken by Dunbar. He dribbles it once and stops in the center of the end zone, and they'll touch it down and bring it out to the 20. You know, you can copy the bottle or can, but you can't copy what's in it. The real brute taste of Snapple's all natural iced teas is the best. Try regular and diet decaffeinated Snapple iced teas. Delicious flavors such as peach, mint, and cranberry. Snapple iced teas made from the best stuff on earth.
Now we'll see if Jim Moore goes up on it. Goes up the top again.
1st and 10. Saints open at the 20 with 3 wide receivers. Slot to the near side of the field. Single setback. On 1st down, Hebert goes into a long count. He slips it off to Hayward, and he tricks one tackle but not another, and gets up to the 23 before he's thrown back to the 20. Got away initially from Reggie White. Then was hit by Clyde Simmons with help from Rich Miano. They spotted across the 23, but the Saints will have a 2nd down at 6.5. Mike Pitts and Tommy Jeter are now the tackle stand as they rotate.
If this is a running play, Moore is blinking. And I'll explain that after the play.
Here's the single setback. 3 receivers. Slot to the far side of the field. In motion, Torrance Small. Goes a bear. He goes over the middle. Wide open is Morton at the 45. Leaps over a man and comes down at the 50. Had to be a big mistake because Eric Martin didn't have an eagle within 10 yards of him on the center of the field. He comes down at midfield.
Both of these coaches, Jim Moore and Rich Kotite, are control coaches. They like to call plays. They know what they're doing. They don't like the players to be all over the place and wow. They like things close. When he ran that running play, I was thinking, hey, I just can't keep gambling the way I did in the first two series. But when he comes back with the pass, Moore is really ready to lay it on the line and just keep throwing the ball down the field.
3 wide receivers, but Torrance Small split wide. Wesley Carroll in the slot, 1st and 10 for the Saints at midfield. Hilliard, the single setback. Early goes in motion from left to right. 7-7 the score. Play action. Hebert steps up. He dumps it over the middle to Hilliard, who fumbles the football, and I think the Eagles have it. I'll see.
Miano got it.
The Eagles have it. The Eagles have recovered the fumble. It was coughed up at the 40-yard line. The hit came from Byron Evans, and on the football that was fumbled by Dalton Hilliard was Rich Miano.
Good hit by Byron Evans, and Rich Miano comes up and falls right on the football.
Very good hit.
Byron Evans.
Stripped it away from him, something the Saints like to do. So Rich Miano, who had an interception last week against the Giants, has a fumble recovery today. And with 1:28 remaining in the 7-7 first quarter, the Eagles are back in offense. 1st and 10 at their own 39. This time the backs in a set right. The receiver split. Fires a man in motion right to left. Cunningham on play action is back. He fires to the near sideline. Incomplete. Over the head of Fred Barnett. Randall may have been throwing that one away.
I think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and it went out of back. It took a backward help. I think somebody tipped it. I like the idea of Kotite putting the ball up in the air on 1st down.
It'll bring up a 2nd down. Ball at the 39, 1:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Saints scored first on a 1-yard run by Hayward. Eagles scored on a 57-yard Cunningham to Barnett pass. 2nd and 10. Ball at the Eagles 39. Slot to the far side. Single setback. Cunningham slips the ball off to Sherman. Tries to get outside. Can't. Nothing there for Heath Sherman. Stopped by Wayne Martin and Pat Swilling. And the Eagles will have a 3rd down at about 9. Nothing there that time for Heath Sherman.
When Randall Cunningham made a scramble for the 1st down on the last offensive series of the Eagles, it looked like Sam Mills was the spy man. We'll see if Sam Mills is the spy man again.
Barnett to the near side, Williams to the far side. 3rd down and 9. Cunningham in the shotgun. Slot to the far side of the field. Cunningham is back. He has time. Still has time. He's gunning to the far side. Incomplete in the direction of Calvin Williams. Randall had all day back there. Terrific pass protection, but there was nobody open, and he threw it long. Incomplete.
It looks like the Eagles, which Kotite kept a couple people in to help out his tackles, Anton Davis and Ron Heller.
First, looking at a replay back upfield, we see Byers open, but you don't know at which stage that took place. Here is Spiegel's punt. High and fair caught by Patrick Newman just outside the 10. Jeff Spiegel leads the NFC. He did during the regular season with 26 punts inside the 20. That was a 49-yarder. And Jeff contributes $100 to the Jerome Brown Foundation each time he pins the enemy inside the 20. 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 7 apiece. New Orleans back on offense. 1st and 10, the ball inside the 12. You could say the Eagles failed to take advantage of a turnover, but in the battle of field position,
they're winning. They got it now, right now. That was a big one. That turnover changed the field position.
Of course, with the way the Saints have been working the passing game, that could change in a matter of seconds.
See if he works a pass over the middle where Booty and Miano are playing.
Slot to the far side. Torrance Small split out to the near side. Single setback. Line of scrimmage with 12. First and 10, New Orleans. Perhaps the last play of the first quarter. It's a running play to Hayward, and he gets nothing. Maybe a yard and a half. But Tommy Teeter and Reggie White hang on. And the seconds tick inside 15, and that will very probably do it for quarter number one. And they start the walk to the other side of the field as we have come to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Eagles 7, the Saints 7 on the Eagles Football Network.
On January 25th, 1905, the world's biggest diamond, 3,106 carats, was found in the premier mine in Pretoria, South Africa. In 1990, the world's biggest watermelon, weighing 262 pounds, was grown in Arrington, Tennessee. And in 1982, Rich Cameron began processing photos into bright, beautiful 4x6 Ritz big prints.
Since then, others have jumped on the bandwagon, but the Ritz quality can't be duplicated. Each Ritz big print is hand-printed on Kodak's Royal Print 2 paper, then packed in a sturdy holiday Ritz pack box. Plus, you always get a replacement roll of film or a second set of Ritz big prints free when you're a member of the Ritz Frequent Photo Club. So, bring your film to Ritz Camera, a nationally known name you can trust. Because in this case, the biggest is also the best. Take your best shot to Ritz Camera Center.
Thanks for listening to the Philadelphia Eagles on 94 FM WYSP. After the game, we're the only Philadelphia radio station that plays the best classic rock from 4 decades. You'll hear great artists like the Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, and The Who. We don't get fooled again. It's the music that made FM great, and it's all here only on one Philadelphia radio station, the classic rock station, 94 FM WYSP. Specializing in the best classic rock, 94 WYSP.
Merrill Reese and Stan Walters back in the Superdome. We're at 7-7 as we head into quarter number 2. Timeout for a 7-Eleven coffee break. Fresh ground, fresh brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. They are working on Dalton Hilliard along the near sideline directly below us.
Merle, they're saying he's got a pinched nerve. He will return.
Right now they have Craig Ironhead Hayward as the single setback. Line up 3 wide receivers, slot to the near side. 2nd and 9 for the Saints at their own 13-yard line. Opening play of quarter number 2, a 7-7 game. Torrance Small in motion from right to left. Hebert back. He's looking. He's dancing. He's starting to run. He's pumping. Up comes Seth Joyner and pushes him out of bounds. Seth escorts him out of bounds at about the 15. So it'll only be a pickup of about 2 yards for the Saints, and they'll be in a 3rd down and 7. Fans wanted a personal foul against Joyner.
Joyner pushed him out of bounds. Right on the sideline, and then Hebert hit the concrete around here, and his spikes gave away. Yeah, see, Hebert fell because of the traffic on this. Might have been the WYSP parabolic mic that got him tripped up.
3rd down and 7. Shotgun, double wing for the Saints. Line of scrimmage, their own 15. Hebert is back. He's stepping up. He throws the football and completes it to Ironhead Hayward, who comes up and has the 1st down at the 30-yard line. I don't know how Hebert wasn't sacked, but he bounced away from people and had a safety valve Hayward over the middle, who picked up 16 yards and a 1st down before Eric Allen brought him down.
Bobby Hebert staying cool and in the pocket. Just throws a little dump off to Ironhead Hayward from Passaic, New Jersey, across the river from my hometown. Rutherford went to Pittsburgh.
One thing Bud Carson doesn't want is Mark McMillan having to be in the position to tackle Hayward, and McMillan was the only man who could have stopped him short of the 1st down. Right now, we're going to get a timeout on the field with the score 7 apiece on the Eagles Football Network.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's the ride for you now. know there is nothing better than being right here together. Good time, the right crowd. You know the silver bullet is the best you found. Good time, it's the right feeling now. Come on, see the light shine, Coors Light. It's the right feeling now. Right beer for a good old time, yeah.
Want to know the real story behind Coors Light? Call 1-800-642-6116 and get all the facts.
Coors Light, it's the right feeling now. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Coors Light, it's the right feeling now.
You know, we all remember the classics. Classic rock and roll.
Get your motor running.
Classic Eagles games.
He's going deep for Fournette, who races, has a touchdown, Fournette.
The classic deal. Can't remember your last classic deal? Then go to Classic Chevrolet and Geo of Moorestown. Get one like this. Get a classic deal on a brand new 92 and 93 Chevrolet Geo with blowout prices and savings up to $10,000 with interest rates as low as 2.9%. Classic Chevrolet, located next to the Moorestown Mall.
The Beatles, Stones, all on the classic rock station, 94 WISP.
First and 10 for New Orleans, the ball at their own 30-yard. First and 10 for New Orleans, the ball at their own 30-yard line. We have a 7-7 game. Hebert is 7 for 10, throwing the football for 124 yards. New Orleans scored first on a 1-yard run by Hayward after an 8-play drive. Eagles came back and scored on a big play, 57-yard Cunningham to Barnett pass. First and 10 Saints, ball at their own 30.5. They go with 3 wide receivers. They slot to the near side. Hayward the single setback, play action. Hebert looking, finding early up to the 50-yard line for another first down. Hebert to Quinn Early up at midfield. John Booty makes the tackle, but there's a 20-yard gain, and the Eagles are giving up too many of those big chunks.
Bud Carson calls a blitz. He's got Byron Evans and Seth Joyner blitzing in. Hebert picks it up and just throws a little streak pattern straight to Early, who's working against Eric Allen. Nice pass. Nice ball on first and 10.
So the Saints in Eagles territory once again. First and 10 at the Eagles 49. Slot to the far side. Ironhead Hayward, the lone setback. On first down, Hebert goes into a long count. There hasn't been a sack in this game. On first down, the handoff to Hayward, and he gets very little. Picks up a couple as he comes down at about the 46-yard line. Pick up of about 3.5 perhaps. Let's see where they spotted. Boy, they spotted at the 45. I didn't think he was that far forward. Hayward's got 5 carries for 11 yards. Second down and just about 6. Again, 3 wide receivers, slot to the near side. Again, Hayward is the single setback. Second and 6 Saints at the Eagles 45. On second down, Hebert rolls. He's looking. He's still looking. Reggie White can't believe he was clipped. And Aware runs out of bounds for the first down at the 35-yard line. Reggie can't believe it. Stan, he looked like he was clipped from behind.
Stan Brock is there. Now, whether he's clipped from behind or he goes away, Stan Brock falls on the back of his legs. Now, there's a legal clipping area. I think they get him for holding, not clipping.
Well, they give him nothing. They penalize. There's no penalty. Reggie can't believe it. Now the
Stan Brock, he's got his shirt. Yeah, see, it should be a holding call, not a clipping.
Should be tackling. First and 10 Saints at the Eagles 35. Saints in the position to take the lead. Slot to the far side. Lone receiver to the near side. Do they go back to Hayward? Yes. And Hayward pushes forward across the 35 and takes it to the 33 or 32. It'll be second down and about 7. Andy Harmon in on the stop. Stan, you watch something that obvious, and I didn't need the replay to see Reggie held or tripped up from behind, and you wonder how they miss it down on the field. It was that obvious and out in the open.
Well, first of all, the umpire usually makes the holding call. The referee standing behind is waiting to see Abear run. His eyes are focused on the quarterback. That's a reason. I'm not saying that's a good reason, but that's why they would miss something like that.
Second down and 7.5. This time, slot to the far side or Abear's left. In motion comes Eric Martin. On second down, the give is to Hayward, and he crawls forward across the 30 and takes it to the 28, where the Saints will have a third down and about 3. Evans and Simmons make the stop. Third down and closer to 4. We have 10:29 to go here in the second quarter. Eagles and Saints tied at 7 apiece. Saints with a third down and 4 at the Eagles' 29-yard line. Abear loads up with 4 wide receivers. Goes to the shotgun. Flank to the left. On 3rd and 4, Abear puts Dunbar in motion. He's back. He goes over the middle and completes it for a first down to Eric Martin. Tackled at the 24-yard line, but he went right over the middle of Martin, and he made the reception before John Booty made the hit. And the Saints drive continues.
Saints working the passing game over the middle. Deep or short, but every pass that they've completed, you could say is inside the numbers and inside the hash marks. Where the absence of Wes Hopkins and Andre Waters is starting to show up.
This time the backs are Dunbar and Hayward. First and 10 New Orleans at the Eagles' 23. Receivers are split. On first down, Abear takes his drop under a rush. He's hit. The football loose, incomplete. They say his arm was coming forward as he was brought down by Andy Harmon. Incomplete. Seth Joyner in there, pounding away.
Talk about bringing the kitchen sink. Bud Carson had a full 7-man rush on. The 4 down linemen and the 3 linebackers. Bud anticipating pass just blitzed everybody.
Andy Harmon low and Seth Joyner high. Second down and 10. Saints the ball at the Eagles' 23 with 9:09 remaining here in the first half. 7-7 the score.
Now with that kind of a play, you wonder if Mora goes with some kind of little alley-oop to the end zone.
Slot to the far side, early in the slot. Eric Martin, the man split to the near side of the right. Back goes Abear again. He's setting up. He dumps it off. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Byron Evans. Evans had a hand on it, couldn't bring it in, thrown just wide of Byron Evans. The intended receiver was Hayward, and the Saints will have a 3rd and 10 at the Eagles' 23. That was almost an interception.
Hayward hooked to the inside. Byron Evans was going to cover him. I think Byron Evans was surprised by the ball that had come there, so he couldn't make the one-handed grab. Byron Evans has got Hayward in the coverage. Hayward hooked up to the inside. Byron Evans steps to the outside.
3rd down and 10, Saints at the Eagles' 23. This time 4 receivers. 3 to the right, to the near side. Wesley Carroll to the far side. Hayward standing next to Abear. Eric Martin in motion from right to left. Abear looks, shovel pass to Martin, but he is going to be short of a first down. A little shovel pass to Eric Martin as he was breezing up the middle, but the play will end up 5 yards shy of a first down, and it'll be field goal time for Morton Anderson. Eric Allen in on the tackle. Morton Anderson has made 20 consecutive field goal attempts.
It's going to be a 40-yarder, and he's 8 for 11. Oh, it's about 35. 35 yarder?
Yeah, about 35, 36.
He's 8 for 10, about 80%.
He did miss one at the vet. He's made 20 straight. Here he is going for 21st and trying to give the Saints a lead. The ball is spotted, the kick is away, and the Saints do indeed have a 3-point lead. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 10, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. Take the Lay's Challenge. Try Lay's potato chips with their irresistible new taste and incredible crunchiness. Today's Lays are so good, they're conducting taste challenges all over Philadelphia. So go ahead, take the Lay's Challenge and let your taste decide. Lay's potato chips, they're too good to eat just one. pick up Lay's during your pregame stop at Wawa. Check out Wawa's great tasting hoagie lineup. All made fresh and built to order for one hungry team. Wawa, they've got a whole lot of hoagie going on.
Celebrate a special season with special year-end savings now during the Jeep and Eagle Award Celebration Sale. To celebrate the recent accolades bestowed on Eagle Vision and Jeep Grand Cherokee, we're offering exceptional savings on almost every vehicle in stock. Like $500 cash back on classic Jeep Cherokee Sports and $500 cash back on legendary Jeep Wranglers. Plus, check out the outstanding value of Jeep Grand Cherokee, named Four-Wheeler of the Year by Four-Wheeler Magazine. Or test drive Eagle Vision, the proud recipient of Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year. And both of these vehicles are now on Car and Driver's 10 Best list. So take advantage of our enviable position with enviable savings of your own during the award celebration sale at your dealer now, and bring the best of the season home to you and yours. Cash back direct from Chrysler must take delivery from dealer stock. Limited time offer. See dealer for details. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation.
See your Key States Jeep and Eagle dealer.
After the game, stay tuned for the best classic rock from 4 decades on 94 WISP.
We have 8:18 to go in the first half. Saints lead the Eagles 10-7 in the wild card game. The prize, a trip to Dallas.
Well, I'm not a big believer in time of possession as a stat, but I do believe in yardage gains. Right now, the Saints have outgained the Eagles 193 yards to 84.
And the Saints have had a couple of long drives, and the Eagles have been unable to stop their short passing game.
And that 84 yards, one of the plays was 57 yards.
Deep men on the kick return. Sikahema on the near side, side to the far side. Here is the kickoff. It is coming down to Sikahema at the 2. Across the 5, at the 10, at the 15, and he strains to reach the 19. Good coverage by the Saints.
Scott Kowalkowski does a real nice job of picking off one of the Saints, Sean Lumpkin, with a good block.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. The football spotted just inside the 20-yard line. Cunningham is 2 for 5, but one 57-yard touchdown pass. First and 10 Birds. The ball on their own 20, moving right to left. 8:08 remaining in the first half. Eagles trail by 3. The backs in the eye. On first down, Cunningham fakes. He is hit as he throws the football incomplete. The Saints wanted a fumble call, but they don't get it, as Ricky Jackson was in on Randall Cunningham and didn't buy the fake.
I think the referee makes a good call there. Randall Cunningham turns around, and Ricky Jackson's right there. I think Randall might have been going forward. I mean, it's a close call. You could have get intentional grounding on this.
It'll be 2nd down and 10, the ball at the 20. Slot to the far side of the field. Fires set to the near side. Sherman the single setback. Cunningham gives to Sherman, and Sherman picks up about 4. Sherman up to the 24-yard line. Not much more as Vaughn Johnson makes the stop. To the Saints, giving ground grudgingly. Only 2 big plays for the Eagles, a 15-yard Cunningham run and a 57-yard pass. 3rd down and 5.5.
Yeah, I forgot about that out of that total of 84 yards.
The Eagles haven't exactly been grinding it out. 10-7 Saints. This time the receivers split. Now 3 wide receivers. Slot to the far side of the field. Fires goes in motion. No shotgun. Penalty flags down, and it could be a procedure against the Eagles.
I saw Ricky Jackson moving. He was across. I didn't see whether one of the Eagles tackles moved Anton Davis, but here comes the call.
Delay game.
Whoa, delay game. Boy, usually delay a game is not called by the head linesman and the line judge. They usually call it offsides or illegal motion. But the back judge did throw his flag,
So it's back up to the 19-yard line, where the Eagles will have a third down and
keep everybody in the block and throw deep to Barnett. Hail Mary.
It'll be third down and about 10.
Randall's not going to have much time to pass here.
Shotgun. Double wing. Cunningham is back. He's looking. He's floating it. He wants Barnett, who has it deflected away, incomplete at midfield. Broken up on a good play by Vince Buck.
Vince Buck does a real nice job of just coming over. He can think about the interception, but he makes the smart play to knock the ball away.
Again, Stan, pretty good pass protection for Randall Cunningham. He did have adequate time. The deep man is Patrick Newman. Beagles the punt. This will be his third. Standing back at the 5. Beagles hits it. It's not a good one. It's a line drive. It is fielded by Newman, who fakes right, goes left, but into the arms of Heath Sherman and Ephesian Bartley.
Failure to get a first down now allows the Saints to have excellent field position.
And there is a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 10 and the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network.
I want a Nissan Pathfinder because I need a four-wheel drive vehicle I can use everywhere. Sure, I want to climb a mountain, but I don't live there. I have to go to the office, the opera, and even off-road without having 3 different car payments. I want a Pathfinder because I need to be able to go out for a gallon of milk with my kids when it's snowing. What's my option? A station wagon? That's not me. I need a car that's reliable and practical without giving up style. And even though I want a Pathfinder, I'm looking for the right deal. Because I need a car to work for me, not a car I have to work for. So what do you got?
The Nissan Pathfinder Special Lease Program. See your Nissan dealer now and you can drive home a Pathfinder easier than ever before. Nissan, it's time to expect more from a car.
This fall, kick off your Sunday with the all-you-can-eat brunch at Bay Street on the Boulevard. Join them from 10 to 2 for a feast, which includes an omelet bar, bacon, sausage, pancakes, and waffles. Enjoy seafood specials like seafood lasagna and flounder Florentine. And, of course, their famous pastries and cakes, all for only $10.99. And don't forget, this season, Bay Street will be hosting Eagles pregame show on 94 WYSP with John Spagnola and Tom Cardella, live at Bay Street on the Boulevard, the place to go for an all-pro dining experience.
The Dole and Zeppelin car, all on the classic rock station, 94 WYSP.
6:39 to go here in the first half. Saints with the lead, 10-7, and with the football 3 yards shy of midfield. Snapple's all-natural beverages are a big hit with any sports fan, so why not pick up an ice-cold all-natural Snapple soda, iced tea, juice, and juice drink today. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. So far, the Saints have been exploiting the Eagles over the middle. 1st and 10 at their own 47. This time, the backs are split into an eye-under formation. In motion, Quinn Early from left to right. It's play action. Hebert back. Fires Early open along the sideline, inside the 40 and down to the 34-yard line.
Saints stretch the zone on the near sideline. They got Ironhead Hayward runs a shoot pattern. He's out about 5 yards deep. Early's about 15 yards deep, and then the wide receiver went deep and took Mark McMillan out of there. That's the kind of play you see San Francisco run. 49ers play, Saints play the 49ers twice a year. That's called a vertical stretch. You got 3 receivers standing along the sidelines. You got 2 Eagle defenders there, a cornerback and a linebacker, 3-on-2.
1st and 10 Saints. 3 receivers again. Dunbar, the single setback. And the handoff is to the first-round draft choice, breaking free up the middle. 25 on his feet at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. Vaughn Dunbar down to the 9.
Vaughn Dunbar hits the hole. Most of the time, the Saints are running the ball to the left. He takes the ball, he makes a cutback, but he doesn't have to cut till he's about 4 yards up the field. He comes up the field, he picks up about 4 yards, then he has to make a cut, and he's in the wide open field.
Great balance by Vaughn Dunbar, ultimately brought down by McMillan at the 9-yard line. First and goal for the Saints.
Eagles defense has to force the field goal at this point.
3 wide receivers. Wesley Carroll split to the near side. Dunbar, the single setback, takes the handoff again, and he hits a wall at the 8. He ran into Byron Evans and Seth Joyner at the 8-yard line. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles Football on the classic rock station 94 WYSP Philadelphia.
They spot the football outside the 7-word second and goal.
This play here will let us know whether Jim Moore is happy with the field goal or if he's thinking of, playing his game wide open.
Again, 3 wide receivers, but often they like that tight end, Hoagie Brenner, over the middle. Dunbar, the single setback. Second and goal at the 7. Small in motion right to left. Hebert back. He's floating it, and it is caught for a touchdown with a penalty flag down by Quinn Early. Quinn Early put it on the far side of the field, and I think the penalty's against the Eagles.
I don't see the flag. What do you think? Who called it? I don't see the flag.
You're right.
You're right. You got it. Jim Moore goes for it. In this situation, most of the time, Moore just runs Hayward in there, just satisfied to take a field goal. But Moore is going for the win, so he takes a shot at the end zone.
And so the Saints can go up by 10. Here is Anderson for the 17th point. Here we go. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. Kick is good. 4:14 remaining here in the first half. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 17, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network.
Remember the taste of your first Hershey chip, so tasty and crisp with your favorite dip. That's when you knew that hers was the one. 'Cause crunching on a Hershey is the business fun.
Anybody born in this town knows Philadelphia prefers hers. Hers chips, so crisp and fresh and utterly delicious, they're Philly's favorite.
You can make hers yours.
Every morning at Dunkin' Donuts, there are just as many different kinds of people ordering fresh coffee and donuts as there are different kinds of donuts. There's the sophisticate.
I want one of your French runners, please.
The executive on the run.
Give me a toasted coconut and a large cup of coffee to go out eating so I can pay now.
And the construction worker.
I want a Bavarian cream. And after that, I want another Bavarian cream.
And finally, there are those who should still be in bed.
I want a glazed.
But they all have one thing in common. They get donuts and coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. We make our donuts fresh day and night. And our coffee is always fresh ground and fresh brewed. Dunkin' Donuts. After all, how can you start the morning fresh if your coffee and donuts aren't?
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts for a cup of fresh ground, fresh brewed coffee. It's always hot and delicious because at Dunkin' Donuts, it's always time to make the coffee.
Specializing in the best classic rock, 94 WYSP.
It's 17-7. Saints leading the Eagles. That's the most points the Saints have scored in a half this entire season. Here is Anderson kicking off. Deep for the Eagles. Sikahema to the near side. Sider to the far side. Then it's interesting that at the vet, Herschel Walker ran for 114 yards. This afternoon, he's only had 1 carry for 2 yards. Here is the kickoff by Anderson. It's a line drive, and it will be taken by Sikahema, who will not bring it out. Catches it 5 yards deep.
I'd like to see Rich Kotite right now use the 4 minutes and 8 seconds, almost like a 2-minute drill, to just get the ball down there and get 3 points. The Eagles got to be thinking offensively, at least get 3 points. Now you got some pushing and shoving in the end zone.
Stan, as I mentioned, the Eagles had a lot of success running the football at the vet. So far, other than Randall Cunningham, the Eagles only have 4 running plays. 1 by Herschel Walker and 3 by Heath Sherman. Have they abandoned the running game too early? Or have they abandoned it and they've never been in it as far as this game is concerned?
No, I don't. I think Kotite came out. He knows he wants to put points on the board.
1st and 10. Line of scrimmage for 20. Slot to the far side. Sherman the single setback. Eagles trail by 10. 1st down. The handoff goes to Heath Sherman. Breaks up across the middle for a nice 8-yard gain. Heath Sherman up to the 28-yard line. Ricky Jackson brings him down. 8.5 perhaps as they put it closer to the 29. 2nd down and a long 1. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Saints on top 17-7.
I think if I was calling the Eagles plays, 2nd and short, I'd go deep. I'd not throw a pass here. Got to get the ball down. You got to get 3 here.
Slot to the far side. Calvin Williams in motion. Again, it goes to Heath Sherman, and he doesn't pick it up. Or he's close. He's very close. We'll see where they spot the football as he leans forward towards the 30-yard line, and they say he has it. They say he has it. Very close, but they say the nose of the football as they put it down is touching the 30, and that is an Eagles first down.
He could have got that on 3rd down.
3 minutes to play here in the first half. Saints leading by 10. Be nice to see the Eagles score at least 3 points here. Slot to the far side. Going with a double tight end. Maurice Johnson in the game. Again to Heath Sherman on a straight up the middle running play. And this time the Saints are waiting and they hug him after a gain of about 2.
Got to wonder about the 2 tight end offense. 2:35 to go in the game. You're down by 10 in an emotional game. You know, grinding out first downs. I'm not a big believer in grinding out first downs. Big plays win big games. And big plays are not 4-yard grind them out plays. They're 17, 18-yard completions.
2nd down and 7. Slot to the far side. Flyers has not been a part of the offense here in the first half. Cunningham is back. He's looking. He drills it. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Fred Barnett. Troy Cook deflected it, but it still arrived with a good deal of velocity at Fred Barnett. We're going to get the 2-minute warning right here with the score. The Saints 17, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network.
You can't use a mobile phone to call home. You can't use a mobile phone to explain why you're late. You can't ease your family's worries or say goodnight to your kids. Unless the call goes through. Make sure your mobile phone is on the Bell Atlantic mobile system, the cellular carrier with the most coverage in the Mid-Atlantic region. Convenient mobile phone centers for quality installation and service with advanced digital technology and, simply put, clear, dependable communications. Because the most important thing is that the call goes through. A mobile phone is only as good as the system is on. Call 1-800-255-BELL. Bell Atlantic Mobile.
After the game, stay tuned to 94 FM WYSP for nothing but the greatest rock and roll ever made. Classic rock that spans 4 decades. We're the station with the largest library of classic rock from the 60s, from the 70s, and from the 80s. On 94 FM WYSP, you never have to wait for a classic. Check us out. We're the classic rock station, 94 FM WYSP. The Beatles, songs, all on the classic rock station, 94 WYSP.
We have 2 minutes to go here in the first half, but has not been kind to the Eagles. They trail the Saints 17-7, and they have a third down and 7 at their own 33.
Eagles got the ball back with about 4 minutes to go. 4:08 to be exact. They were at the 20-yard line. They tried a couple running plays. Now they got the ball at about the 33-yard line. It almost seems like the Rich Kotite said, okay, we're going to run the ball till we get down to the 2 minutes and then run our 2-minute offense. My thought is use those 2 minutes and go into the speed-up offense. It'd be nice if you were at the other team's 40 with 2 minutes to go.
No shotgun. Fires a wing. Just 2 receivers. Fires in motion. Sherman the single setback. Cunningham back. He had it deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. So Cunningham with the pass batted down at the line of scrimmage, putting the Eagles in another punting situation. And the Saints have a minute and 55 seconds on which to build their lead. Deflected by Wayne Martin. Here is Eagles to punt for the 4th time. Gets a good snap. Gets away a beauty. Deep. Patrick Newman backs up, takes it at the 11. Out across the 15. He is tripped up at the 18, and down he goes at the 19. Seidner, the first man downfield. 57-yard punt by Jeff Beagle.
Seidner made a nice play there. That's a hard thing to do when you're running full speed, and that defensive man is standing there, and he can stake you out to get a piece of him, to knock him down, so that the pursuit men can make the tackle. That was a good play.
Saints have the football inside their 19-yard line with a minute and 44 seconds remaining here in the first half. Saints by 10. Slot to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. Hayward, the single setback. Saints up 17-7. On first down, Hebert wants to throw. He's going deep down the far side of the field. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play as Eric Allen was running with Torrance Small. Or Otis Smith out there too. Hebert 11 for 17, 177 yards. It's Small. He had early along that far sideline. Ball overthrown by a good 5 yards. Again, 3 wide receivers. Line of scrimmage remains a 19. 1:38 to go in the half. Hebert, this time goes to Hayward, and Hayward only picks up a yard. Clock showing 1:32. Eagles have all of their timeouts remaining. And they will use one right here.
First charge, timeout. Eagles, 40-second timeout. 40 seconds.
Good call.
Saints will have a third down and 9. You're right.
Get the timeouts. If your defense holds, you get the ball back. It's a good return to be there.
Stan, how about
I've seen the Eagles this year blow this time. Blow, not make the ball here.
17-7 is nothing when you consider what Buffalo had to come back from today. They were down 35-3.
Buffalo winds up winning 41-38. Buffalo beats Houston up in Buffalo in overtime. 31-yard field goal seals it to the Bills. Well, Kelly couldn't play that game. I thought Houston was going to win it. The Houston, like Merrill says, goes up 35-3. You got to figure Jack Pardee's in big trouble down in Houston. He could be given his walking papers here.
Third down and 9 for the Saints. 4 wide receivers. Hebert standing in the shotgun with Hayward to his right. Eagles trailing by 10. A minute and 26 remaining here in the first half. Hebert takes the snap. He's hit as he fires and completes the pass to Hayward, who won't pick up the first down. And a good tackle by Andy Harmon, who got him from behind. A minute and 16.
Andy Harmon makes a tackle from behind on Hayward. I'm watching the replay to see where Andy Harmon was playing at. Did he get blocked at? No, I think he had they were blitzing the safety.
Please reset the clock. 113. 113.
They'll reset the clock, which shows 1:11 right now.
Please reset the clock. 113.
The 113.
Put 2 seconds on it. Our producer, Joe McPeak, said they should be putting 7 seconds back, but they're only putting 2. That's called home field advantage, Joe. They're only going to put 2 back while you want 7.
Why
is it that? They put in 7 back.
Boy, what a big play it would be for Sikahema to break something down. Even to just give the Eagles some field position where they can get into position for a field goal. Eagles are down by 10. 1:13 to go here in the first half. Eagles 1 touchdown coming on a 57-yard Cunningham to Barnett strike. Here's Barnhart's punt. He gets it away. It's a whopper. Sikahema takes it at the 35. He starts to his right, and he is tackled back at the 31.
Eric Allen was in a real tough position as the St. Man is coming down the field to make the tackle.
That was Patrick Newman.
Newman has got inside position on him. Eric Allen, he would have had to make maybe an illegal block from behind. It was just a tough play. Smart move that Eric Allen. If in doubt, don't throw. Don't throw. Good play. Because he makes the tackle there, and if he would have thrown it,
you're back at the 15.
Yeah. Good play by Eric Allen. If in doubt, don't hit the man from behind.
Cunningham in the shotgun with a double wing. 1:03 remains in the first half. Cunningham's back. He fires an out pattern and running along the sideline and then killing the clock is Calvin Williams.
No, he doesn't kill the clock. He didn't get out of bounds.
Over on the far side of the field.
He's got to go right out of bounds. You can't be dancing around to the inside. What does the extra yard get you when the clock continues to tick?
2nd and 2. Cunningham back again. He fires and completes this one over to
now Fred's going to stay in
Barnett, who leans to the sideline and the clock continues to tick.
The Eagles' biggest fault this season has been knowing what to do in the 2-minute drill. Taking timeouts and getting out of bounds.
They have to hear.
Fred Barnett turns back to the end. As soon as you catch the ball out of bounds, what are you turning back inside? Pick up a yard?
And Cunningham spikes the football.
You just wasted 12, 15 seconds
At
there.
least.
At least. Right.
I thought that Williams on the far side was able to get out of bounds. Of course, as it turned out, he did not. He tried to fake inside and pick up some more yardage, and it turned to be a bad
It doesn't
decision.
pay. It's too much of a gamble for you to fake to get back to the inside and think you're going to break to the outside. Now, either Rich Kotite doesn't coach that enough, or if they coach it enough, you just had 2 breakdowns in discipline.
That'll be a shotgun double wing. 18 seconds to go. Fires in one slot. Roy Green in the other. Cunningham under a rush. He lets it all out. Looking for Barnett, who turns, makes the catch. Is he in bounds? They say no, he isn't. They say he is not in bounds. Down inside the 10-yard line. With 11 seconds to go. Here's the replay, Stan. No, he was out. His right foot was along the sideline watching the replay.
His right toes. Good call by the referee.
It was an accurate call by the official.
Close, but it was accurate.
It was a great play by Barnett, but it was an accurate call by the official. So here we go again.
I figure that's about a 45-year-old man running back down there to get in good position.
Cunningham flanked on both sides. He's back again, 11 seconds to go. It's deflected. It's caught by Byers. Byers running to the sideline, and he runs out of bounds with 4 seconds left, just across midfield.
Byers is running and looking at the clock.
Yeah, he had no choice.
He sees it's down to 2 to 3. Maybe he cuts it back and maybe tries, to do something.
He had no choice at that point. Is that the first time Byers has had his hands on the football? And that was after a deflection.
Kotite's got to be upset with his 2 wide receivers.
Here we go, 4 seconds to go in the half. And now all the Eagles can do, you can forget a field goal attempt. You just have to throw a Hail Mary and hope there's either a touchdown or a pass interference. Cunningham winds up. He throws a rainbow deep downfield, and the ball is incomplete. There were about 6 people down there. Incomplete. Williams was down there, Roy Green down there, and that will do it for the first half. End of the first half with the score. The Saints 17, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. Merrill Reese and Stan Walters back at the Superdome, where the Eagles prepare to return the second half kickoff. The Eagles' longest drive of the first half was 80 yards, and Budget Rent-A-Car is donating $400 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for that longest drive. Budget Rent-A-Car. Well, Stan, you can look at the statistics, and they are as clear-cut as the 10-point deficit the Eagles feel at this moment.
I'm still upset about what happened there at the. It started with 4 minutes to go when the Eagles went with a 2 tight end offense, almost to seem to say, okay, we're going to run the clock, kill the clock down to the 2-minute drill, so we can then go to the 2-minute drill. Then Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams both fail to get out of bounds. Randall Cunningham sees that they fail to get out of bounds, but he doesn't use the last timeouts. So the Eagles wind up going in with the timeout that you can't use next half. You can't bank timeouts.
Back to return the kickoff in the second half. Herschel Walker to the far side, Jeff Sider to the near side. So Vi Sikahema not back on this kickoff return.
Herschel Walker, 1 carry for 2 yards.
That is amazing. Here is the kickoff by Anderson. It's high, end over end, and it is taken by Sider 7 yards deep when he kneels down.
Randall Cunningham is 5 for 15 for 77 yards. Bobby Hebert, 13 of 19.
I know, Stan, as many problems as the offense has had in this first half, it's the defense, I think, that has had the bigger problems. They have been unable to stop the Saints. 1st and 10. Back split. Receivers slotted to the near side. Ball at the 20. Calvin Williams in motion out of the slot. On first down, Cunningham's going to throw. He fires and completes the out pattern to Calvin Williams up across the 25-yard line. You can look at the 10-point hold, Stan, but that pales in comparison to what Buffalo did today, digging their way out of a 35-3 hole. I understand that was the greatest comeback, not in playoff history, but in NFL history.
It was a big one. I never thought the Bills would be able to do it.
2nd and 4. There is a paper airplane down at the 47-yard line. It looks like a referee's flag. 2nd down and 4. Fires in motion. This time the back's in the eye, and the handoff goes to Heath Sherman, who plows forward for the first down up across the 30. One thing the Eagles can't do is panic in this situation. There is a lot of time left. Sam Mills makes the tackle for the Saints. Eagles moving right to left here in the third quarter in a 10-point hole. Opening minute of action here in this third quarter.
Eagles were able only to muster 121 yards of total offense in the first half.
Williams look to the far side, Barnett to the near side. The back's in the eye. Now Williams comes in motion. 1st and 10 at the 30. Cunningham goes to Herschel Walker, and Walker is pulled down after a gain of about 2. So Herschel finally gets his second carry and duplicates his first, namely a 2-yard gain. Mills and Jackson over there to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Eagles have got to get it going. But not only do they have to get it going, they have to prevent the Saints from moving the football. And they've moved it almost effortlessly. Fred Barnett to the near side, Calvin Williams to the far side. 2nd and 8. Eagles at their own 32. The back's in the eye as Cunningham takes his drop under a rush, fires and completes it to Byers. An official goes down as Byers is tackled up across the 35 at the 36 by Keith Taylor. And that'll put the Eagles in a 3rd down and about 4.
Good rush by the 49, by the Saints. They're putting a good rush on. Randall Cunningham backpedaling. As he's backpedaling, the rush is right there, and he guns the ball into Byers. That was a good throw.
That was only Byers' second reception. He was almost invisible as far as receiving the football in the first half. 4 wide receivers, including Byers and Roy Green in the slots. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 4 at the 36. Cunningham takes the snap. He fires, completion. He is Roy Green along the sideline, and Green steps out of bounds at midfield. So the former Cardinal, who has never been in a playoff game, makes the reception for a pickup of 14 yards and a first down. Roy Green played in one semi-playoff game. It was part of that Super Bowl tournament, they called it, back in the strike year of '82.
Randall Cunningham struggles 5 for 15 in the first half. He has now completed his first 3 in the second half. 3 for 3 so far in the second half.
We played 3 minutes here in the second half. Eagles trailing 17-7. They have the football at midfield. Byers in motion. The back start out in the eye. Cunningham on play action. Shakes loose. He rolls. He fires. A leaping reception by Calvin Williams. Driving forward to the 35. A tremendous reception by Calvin Williams over the middle. And a great escape by Randall Cunningham.
2 good plays. Randall Cunningham avoiding Ricky Jackson's sack. And then Calvin Williams coming back to the ball and going high to snare it out of the air.
Went over Toy Cook.
2 big plays there.
And now the Eagles driving. They're just outside the Saints 35. Slot to the near side. Byers strong to the far side. Cunningham's right. The back side by side. Cunningham gets it to Heath Sherman. Trying to sweep across the 30. Backing forward close to another first down at the Saints 26. Vaughn Johnson and Reginald Jones push Heath Sherman down. But let's see what
Ron Heller and Byron Boulding did a real good job of collapsing the corner. That was a good sweep play. First down.
Spotted just at about the 25. So the Eagles with a good drive here in their opening possession of the second half. They trail by 10 at 17-7. 1st and 10 at the 25. Cunningham splits his receiver. Barnett left. Williams right. Byers in motion. Handoff goes to Heath Sherman, and he goes down in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Vaughn Johnson came up and closed that play down quickly.
The big thing you have to do right here on your first offensive series is protect the ball and give Ruzak a chance for the field goal. If you just can't have a turnover at this point.
Roger has not attempted a field goal in this game. Morton Anderson hit a 35-yarder. 3 wide receivers. Slot to the far side. 2nd and 10 at the 35. In motion, Williams from right to left. Cunningham back under a rush. He fumbles the football. A fight for the ball. The Saints have it.
Ricky Jackson did a job on Anton Davis. Just beat him to the outside. And Randall was standing right there. It almost looked like he saw Ricky Jackson coming. But Jackson did a tomahawk right on the front of Randall's hands. Well, Randall never saw him coming, but Jackson did a good job of knocking the ball out of his hands.
And Wayne Martin recovers. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 17, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. Randall Cunningham lost 3 fumbles at the bench and survived. He has just fumbled, although in this case it was not Randall's fault. The protection wasn't there, and Randall never saw Ricky Jackson coming, who separated him from the football. Saints have the ball at their own 31 with 9:53 remaining in the third quarter, and the Saints leading by 10 points. On first down, Small is the man in motion. Play action. Hebert back. Fires, completes it, and running along the sideline is Dunbar at the 40, at the 35, and chased out of bounds deep in Eagles territory at the 34 is Vaughn Dunbar. And the Saints are exploiting all of the Eagles' weaknesses. Vaughn Dunbar outrunning the Eagles along the sideline, and John Booty finally ended his 35-yard trip.
Eric Allen makes a bad play there. He's got to come up and not lose the angle on the running back. He's got to be able to, stay at least the guy in front of him.
3 receivers. Dunbar the single setback. Does Hebert go back to Dunbar on the ground? On first down, he does. And Dunbar tries to get outside. He is chased and contained, and a face mask penalty against the Eagles. It'll be a face mask against the Eagles.
Seth Joyner doesn't like the call. Now he's going to get an unsportsman. Watch this. This is where the Eagles can get an unsportsman. I didn't see the face mask, but that's what they're calling. Good call, Merrill. Good call. I didn't see it, but here it is.
They had Dunbar
Sure, he put his hand on his face mask.
Sure. 5 yards. Number 59. Still first down.
Things going badly for the Eagles. Their only touchdown came in the first quarter and tied the game at 7. Saints scoring on an Anderson field goal to take a 3-point lead, and an Hebert early 7-yard pass to make it a 10-point lead. And here we are in the third quarter, and the Saints driving once again.
1st and 5. Look for Hebert to go to the end zone.
Goes with 3 wide receivers, slot to the far side, his left. Hayward, the single setback. In motion, Torrance Small from left to right. It's back to Ironhead, and Ironhead doesn't pick it up off the left side. Mike Golick, Seth Joyner, Clyde Simmons in on the stop. It'll be second down and about 4.
I think when you have 1st and 5, you take the pass.
Second down and actually a short 4. About 3.5. Hayward comes out. Dunbar remains in. 3 receivers, slot to the near side of the field. Dunbar, the single setback. Eagles have yet to sack Hebert. Second, 3.5. Handoff to Dunbar, and he comes down about a yard from the first down. We'll see about the spot, but he looks to be about a yard shy of the first down. Maybe not that much. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Hayward back in. Now, Stan, the obvious call,
right,
is go to Ironhead.
Yep.
But you know what? With Mora in a gambling mood for Mora, he just might fake inside and have an easy target for a touchdown.
He's lining up tight. 2 tight ends and a wing to the near side.
Dunbar in the eye as the tailback behind Hayward. 3rd and a yard. It goes to Dunbar, and he gets it. I don't know. Let's see. He was very close. Very, very close. At first, I thought he had it. But now when they spot the football, I don't think he does.
It's going to be 4th and inches. This is where Morris should go for it. Nope.
But he's not. No, a field goal would give them a 13-point lead. So the Eagles stop Dunbar.
You hear a couple boos.
And here is Anderson, who has made 21 straight with a 42-yard attempt.
Always get the points. That's the book.
There's the ball spotted. The kick is away. The kick is long enough. The kick is good. 22 straight for Morton Anderson. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. We have 6:28 to go in the third quarter. Things not looking good for the Eagles unless they suddenly reverse the direction that they are falling. They trail 20-7. Saints to kick off. Sikahema and Sider the defense. Although generally it doesn't matter because Anderson boots another one, and this one will go over the end zone. So forget the return. They could put Eric Floyd back from the returns in this dome when Morton Anderson is kicking off. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints leading 20-7 on the Eagles Football Network.
That's
6:22 to go in the third quarter. Eagles trailing by 13 points at 20-7. They've got to get it going. They have the football at their own 20-yard line. They break from the huddle. Barnett and Williams both come to the near side of the left of Cunningham. Williams the man in the slot. The back side by side. Williams in motion as Cunningham sprints left. Sets up, goes right, fires, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Pete Byers, diving at the 35-yard line. A catchable ball, but Byers just didn't come up.
I think he's got to make that catch. Big game, you're behind, you got to come up with it. Not an easy catch, but definitely you got to make it.
Cunningham faking that time to get clearance, and threw the ball, gunned it for Byers. And that's one Byers would tell you himself he should have made. Football arrived and went in and out of his hand. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 20. Slot to the near side. Cunningham turns, says something to his back. Crowd is louder than ever. Desperate situation. Cunningham back again. Fires an out pattern to Barnett, and Barnett backs his way up only to the 25-yard line. A pickup on the play of close to 5. Will be 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and maybe 5.5. 5:56 remaining here in the third quarter. If we sound a bit down, it's not because of the score as much as because of the way the Eagles are playing. Because score-wise, they could get back in this game with one touchdown. They're just down by 6 points. But the trends have been discouraging. Shotgun, double wing. 3rd and 5 to the 25. Cunningham back again. He puts it in the air, and it's incomplete. This time he wanted Calvin Williams at the 35-yard line, and the pass was thrown low and incomplete. And the Eagles have to punt again. In the punt is Feagles. Feagles has had a very good game. Deep man is Patrick Newman. Feagles at the 10. He gets it away. It's another good, deep, high spiral. Newman watches it bounce, then takes a Saints bounce, but kicks out of bounds down inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. So a good punt for Jeff Feagles. Another good one. That was a 51-yarder. His 3rd punt of over 50 yards. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. An important 3 points. If they can get it. Caught it. Long enough. It is good. And the Eagles are back on the scoreboard. And Roger kicked it confidently from 40 yards out. And it's nice to see that 7 disappear at long last. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 10, with 1:01 remaining here in the third quarter on the Eagles Football Network. We have just over a minute remaining in the third quarter, and the Eagles trail the Saints by 10 at 20-10. Ruzick about to kick off. Deep for the Saints. Patrick Newman and Vaughn Dunbar. Roger with a very solid field goal connection. Here is the ensuing kickoff. High, end over end, coming down to Dunbar 5 yards deep, but he isn't coming out. People talk about Mort Anderson, and he is an outstanding kicker. But believe me, don't underrate Roger Ruzick. He is a very, very good kicker. Snapple's all-natural beverages are a big hit with any sports fan, so why not pick up an ice-cold, all-natural Snapple soda, iced tea, juice, and juice drink today. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. Time for the Eagles defense to make a big play. They came up with one to get the ball from the Saints on the interception by Eric Allen instead. It'll be interesting, as you pointed out, to see if Jim Mora gets the offense a little in more of a conservative mode. He starts with 3 wide receivers, but they'll often do that to try to draw nickel coverage. Let's see if they do that here. 3 wide receivers, and let's see if they go back to Ironhead Hayward. They do, and the Eagles are ready for him, and they put him down. That's exactly what Blake Carson was expecting.
I think if the Hebert throws such a lousy pass, I think if you get 99% of the fans sitting here knew Moore was going to run the ball on first down. That should take them very close to the end of the quarter.
Yep. With under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Saints by 10. Certainly not an insurmountable lead. It'll be second down and 7 at their own 23. Actually, a smidgen inside the 23. Again, they start out with 3 wide receivers. Torrance Small in motion from right to left. On second down, Hebert is back. He fires an out pattern and it's complete to Hobie Brenner, who makes the reception short of the first down. And Mark McMillan came within a hair of an interception. And there is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 10 on the Eagles Football Network.
Right now, right here, when you got the silver bullet, you got the right vehicle to light. It's the right it's true, it's gonna take your life. It's the right
Want to know the real story behind Coors Light? Call 1-800-642-6116 and get all the facts.
Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey guys, plug into a life. Start looking at colleges now, or pretty soon you'll have no finals not to study for, no place to bring your dirty laundry home from, and no opposite sex to scope out in freshman English. So scope out Gwinnett Mercy College. Gwinnett has degrees in business, healthcare, education, and liberal arts, and a good rep nationally. It's affordable too, so your sheepskin won't cost your parents their hide. So call Gwinnett at 1-800-DIAL-GMC. Otherwise, you'll have no roommate to hate.
After the game, stay tuned for the best classic rock from 4 decades on 94 WISP.
Time out for a 7-Eleven coffee break. Fresh ground, fresh brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. All right, buckle up. Here we go into the fourth quarter. Eagles in a 10-point hole. But there is plenty of time. And the Saints have a third and about 3/4 of a yard at their own 29-yard line. Again, they go with the 3 wide receivers with Hayward set deep in the backfield. What does Hebert do right here? Third and short. Big play for the defense. He's going to throw for it. Incomplete. Incomplete. Broken up by Byron Evans as they tried the quick slant to Eric Martin. And the Saints will have to punt. And that is step number 1 for the defense.
Good play.
Big play.
3 plays and out.
Deep man is by Sikahema, who seems to do something big every game. Has not had an opportunity yet to really ramble with one. Let's see if he can here. Here's Barnhart's punt. It's deep. Sikahema looks up, takes it at the 14, comes across the 15, at the 25, up to the 30, up to the 35 comes Sikahema. Actually fielded it at the 24-yard line. I may have said at the 14 or 15. It was the 24, and he returned it up to the 34. Let's see where they spot it to be exact. The 36-yard line. I'm out on the field with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 10 on the Eagles Football Network. 14:45 to go in regulation. Eagles trail the Saints 20-10. First and 10, the ball at their own 36. Single setback. Cunningham looks right, has time. He loads up. He wants Barnett racing along the right sideline. Incomplete, broken up at the last second of the 8-yard line. Barnett, covered by Keith Taylor, had it momentarily and couldn't bring it in. Great try by Fred and good play by Keith Taylor. They were both back there racing for the football as Randall threw it a long way. Well, Stan, you like that one? Loosen them up?
I would have liked to go against the guy who beat on the first time. Cook on the other side of the field. But
Calvin Williams split to the near side. Barnett to the far side. Single setback as Cunningham is back again. He swings it out along the left sideline and diving up across the 40-yard line is Heath Sherman. He'll pick up another 5 yards or 6 yards right there before Reggie Jones makes the stop. They have used that screen with Heath Sherman pretty successfully.
Yeah, the little flare because the Saints with the zone are taking away the wide receivers down the field.
14:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles on a 3rd down and 5 at their own 41. Cunningham with a double wing. Now Byers comes in motion. Shotgun. Randall back. He puts it in the air. He has a first down to Calvin Williams, who was banged out of bounds at midfield by Jimmy Spencer. So there is another first down. The Eagles have been moving the football well here in the second half, but they still trail by 10 points with under 14 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Eagles were down 17-7 at the half. Saints made it 20-7. Eagles came back and made it 20-10. Here they are, 1st and 10. The ball just in their own territory. A handoff goes inside running room, and Heath Sherman comes hard to come across the Saints 45 down to the Saints 44.
Heath Sherman makes a cut. The Saints are blitzing a linebacker. Heath Sherman gets it, and the Saints are blitzing. He's got to make a real hard cut away from Ricky Jackson. Nice play. Saints defensive coordinator's got to look at it and say we should have had him for a 2-yard loss.
2nd down and 3. The ball at the New Orleans 44. Slot to the near side. Still operating with a double tight end. Handoff again. Heath Sherman, and this time not much. This time maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half. They're going to have a 3rd down and about 2. Jim Wilkes and Wayne Martin in on the stop.
Eagles have got to sustain this drive. You figure with 12:50 left, when the Saints get the ball, the way the clock's going to run down, you're only going to be working with, besides this, maybe 3 more possessions in a quarter.
Under 13 to go. Eagles trailing 20-10. 3rd down and 1. But it's a long one. So Cunningham goes into the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Walker standing to his right. Cunningham takes the snap. He's looking. He fires. Completes it. He fires for the first down at the Saints 35-yard line. And Randall is throwing the football with precision and confidence. That was a 7-yard gain as the Eagles continue to march deeper into Saints territory. 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Saints on top, 20-10. But the Eagles driving and looking very much alive. Byers had only 1 reception in the first half. In this half, he has had 3. 1st and 10. Ball at the New Orleans 35. Single setback. Play action. Cunningham sprinting. He fires. Behind Byers. Byers was open at the 25-yard line, and Randall was running to his left. He had Byers 8 or 9 yards in front of him and threw it behind him.
He might have gotten that ball deflected by Ricky
Jackson
or Swilling. Swilling was right there. Randall had Swilling on an island. He didn't know whether to come up and defend against the run or to go back.
I think you're right. It'll bring up a 2nd down at 10. At the Saints 35-yard line with 11:34 to play in the fourth quarter of the Saints leading 20-10. Double tight end. Receiver split. Single setback. Randall takes his drop. He looks. Penalty flag down. Cunningham throws it anyhow, and it's out of bounds. And we make it a holding penalty against the Eagles, and that's exactly what will happen.
First one today. First ball. Second down, Mora moves them back probably.
I would think.
Now they're spelling G-E-A-U-S.
Illegal use of
French
hands.
word
Hands
down
to the
there.
head. Number 78 of the offense. 10 yards.
On Anton Davis. Illegal use of hands. Stan, see what you see on the replay. Examine it right here and tell us.
Anton's lined up on the left side of the screen there. Yeah, boy, took his head off. Anton took his head off. Put his hand. You're not allowed as an offensive lineman to hit the defensive man in the face man.
So it's second down and 20. No shotgun. Slot to the near side. Fires wing to the near side. Sherman the single setback. The ball at the Saints 45. Cunningham takes his drop. He fires to Byers. Byers at the 40. Byers pushing down to the 35. Byers got it down to the 35-yard line, which was about the original line of scrimmage, and he was pulled down by Jimmy Spencer and Troy Cook, putting the Eagles in a third and about 10 and a half.
On that play, Ricky Jackson was rushing. He got hit by Anton Davis, and then it looked like Walker took a shot at him, and he still knocked down Randall Cunningham. Ricky Jackson's a good player.
Here is a mighty big play. Third and 10 and a half. Ball at the Saints, 35. Eagles trailing by 10. We're in the fourth quarter. Cunningham with no shotgun is back. He's loading up. He's loading it deep. Leaping. And a great touchdown catch by Fred Barnett. Fred Barnett leaping into the end zone and making a circus catch on the far side. The second touchdown reception by Fred Barnett. A 35-yarder, and there is life.
Unbelievable play. Fred Barnett goes up between two Saints and comes down with the ball. Randall Cunningham was hit as he threw it. I thought he was just throwing up a Hail Mary, but he was right on the money to Fred Barnett.
And here is Roger Ruzick to pull the Eagles within a field goal. There is life, ladies and gentlemen. Ball is spotted. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we have a 3-point game. Wow. Can your hearts take it?
3rd and 10. I wonder if the play was called as Barnett the primary receiver or the Randall go deep.
Well, whatever. The ball got there, and so did Fred. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Saints 20, the Eagles 17 on the Eagles Football Network. And this place is quiet right now with 10:37 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles have worked their way back. And the deficit now is 3 points as they trail the Saints 20-17.
Does that put the pressure on the Saints to open it up? Or get real conservative? I mean, coaches getting tight. People start tightening up, and then they start playing not to lose. And right now, the Saints have lost their crowd.
Here is Ruzick, the kickoff. And maybe they are having some bad memories. Here is the kickoff by Roger. High and deep. Dunbar takes it 2 yards deep. He's going to come out to the 5, the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he is tripped up, fumbles the football, and Saran Stacy has it. But they're going to say that the ground caused the fumble. They're going to rule that down on contact. And that call was accurate.
I was lucky it was a good tackle, because if Stacy doesn't make the tackle, the only man going to stop it is Roger Ruzick.
Seidner,
he's down about the 4, or Seidner. Seidner makes the hit. But if Seidner doesn't make the hit, Stacy might be, that ball carrier might be out to a 50 to kickoff return.
10.5 minutes to go, and let's see how Mora dictates the offense. Single setback, 3 receivers. Ball at the 25. Torrance Small, the man in motion. On first down, Hebert's going to throw. He backs up. He runs. He fires. It's intercepted by Joyner. Intercepted across the 30. He's over a man at the 25. And Joyner's down at the Saints 19. Seth Joyner, as he did against the Giants, as he did against the Vikings, has come up with an enormous defensive play.
And Bobby Hebert, somebody's got to blink. Bobby Hebert throws a bad pass interception. And you're a real conservative offensive team, and you start trying to put the ball up in the air.
And now the Eagles have momentum. They trail by 3 with 10:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. And it would be glorious to see them pick up 7 instead of 3.
Clyde Simmons does a real good job of forcing Hebert out of the pocket, running to his left, trying to throw back to his right. He doesn't get much oomph from the ball. Seth Joyner runs down.
Heath Sherman, the single setback. 1st and 10 at the Saints' 26-yard line. Slot to the near side. The give is to Sherman. Sherman pushing forward for about 2, maybe 3, as he comes off the right side and takes it across the 25 to the 23. Jim Wilkes and Wayne Martin in on the stop. Bobby Hebert with 2 interceptions today. One by Allen, one by Joyner.
And both poorly thrown passes.
2nd down and 8. The line of scrimmage inside the 25. Barnett splits wide left. Williams wide right. Again, Sherman the single setback. On 2nd down. Cunningham is back under a rush. Penalty flag as he swings it out to Sherman, who fumbles the football out of bounds.
I think you're going to get Ricky Jackson or Swilling offside in the neutral zone.
They were across the line of scrimmage before the snap.
So it's going to be, you're going to take this 5 yards.
Yep. I think it is going to be against the Saints for coming across the line of scrimmage before the snap.
In the neutral zone. Offsides on the snap.
We have 9:27 to go, and this has turned into a thriller.
Offside. Number 57 of the defense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
On Ricky Jackson.
It's going to make it, what?
2nd and 3.
2 or 3, right. 3.
2nd and 3. Do they feed the wolf? Do they go to Heath Sherman? Sometimes Heath Sherman, when he breaks free for a yard or 2, picks up the steam and romps home. Let's see. 2nd down and 3. Slot to the near side. Cunningham gets it to Sherman. Off the left side, banging into people. Still on his feet. Barreling forward. He has the first down inside the 15 at the 14. They feed the wolf, and he does it on his own.
Might be the play of the season for the Eagles. Heath Sherman runs into a wall. They stuff the Eagles' offensive line. Heath Sherman actually gets banged back 2 yards, keeps his legs moving, and then drives through 2 linebackers to pick up the first down.
I haven't seen balance like that since you were playing.
Oh, first of all, he was stopped. His momentum was stopped because the Saints did a good job of driving the Eagles' offensive linemen back.
1st and 10. The Eagles at the Saints 15. Split the wide receivers. Again, it's Heath Sherman up the middle, pushing forward for another 2 at 3 yards. We have 8:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A dramatic game is unfolding. A game that at one point looked as if the Eagles were going to come up with a terrible disappointment, but now they have fought their way back. And they are down by 3 with under 8 to go.
Heath Sherman's run against the Washington Redskins, I thought was an unbelievable. That one right there tops it.
2nd down and 7. Cunningham slots his receivers to the near side. Byers goes in motion right to left. Cunningham is back. He fires for Byers. He has it inside the 10, and he drags forward and will be tackled just outside the 5-yard line, where the Eagles will have a 3rd and 1. Byers was hit a good 2 yards from where he went down.
I think Randall's got to be real careful about throwing his pass. Reginald Jones is right there.
Byers has such terrific power. 3rd and a yard. Cunningham looks to the sideline for the call.
I say This is the time where Heath Sherman established himself as the strike on his back here in this game. Bootleg.
Yeah. Let's see. Receiver slotted. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Cunningham goes to Sherman. Takes the outside. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown! Heath Sherman and the Eagles take the lead.
Heath Sherman makes a beautiful block. The play's designed to go off tackle. The Saints stuff it, and then he breaks it to the outside. Does a good job. You know, Heath Sherman was voted the most valuable player by the Eagles in their voting. Some people were critical of that, and they were laughing at how did Heath Sherman ever get it. The Eagles players know.
Stan, this is a very big point. The Eagles are up by 3. And here they go for the 4-point differential. They missed 2 extra points at the vet against this team. Spotted, kick, up, good. 4-point lead.
Now we'll see if the Saints can... They only gave up 15 sacks in the season, but how many times did they have to play from behind in the 4th quarter? That's when you measure an offensive line.
And so they feed the wolf, and he explodes. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 24, the Saints 20 on the Eagles Football Network. What a game this has turned into. 6:48 remaining. Eagles on top for the first time in this game, 24-20. And now Ruzick to kick off. Patrick Newman and Vaughn Dunbar, the deep men. It would be a big help if Roger could prevent any kind of a return with a long kickoff.
Saints are in big trouble because you wonder about Bobby Hebert's comeback ability.
Well, they've made more big plays this year than ever before. This has been Hebert's most productive year. Here is the kickoff by Ruzick. It's a line drive high and deep and out of the end zone, and Roger does his job and does it well. And now they will march this one out to the 20, where the Saints will have a 1st and 10 with 6:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles trailed 7-0. They came back and tied it. The Saints went ahead 10-7. The Saints expanded that lead to 17-7. In the 3rd quarter, the Saints went up 20-7. So those are 3 consecutive scores by the Saints. Then Ruzick came back and made it 20-10. Cunningham the ball at 20-17, and Sherman's run made it 24-20 Eagles. Here are the Saints 1st and 10 on their 20. 3 wide receivers, single setback. Hebert on 1st down is going to throw. He looks right. He fires, and is it complete? No, incomplete, and a penalty flag down. Maybe defensive holding against the Eagles. Maybe thrown in the direction of John Booty away from the ball.
I didn't see what happened.
The pass.
Mike Golick signaling that it's against
the Saints.
The Saints.
Talk about creating your own environment, as Rich Kotite instructed this team before the game.
Pass interference. Offense.
Offensive pass interference.
Big ball. Look at that, it's a 10-yard
on Eric Martin. And it puts the Saints inside the 10.
And Bud Carson on the 1st and 10 situation, previous play, lined up 5 down linemen. He had Seth Joyner lined up like he was going to blitz, and then he backed them off. But they only look like they're lining up 4. But they've got 5 defensive backs in.
Single setback, Craig Hayward. 6.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The Eagles by 4. On 1st down, Hebert retreats to his 2, and the pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Mike Golick had his hands up. It'll be 2nd down and 20 New Orleans, and the crowd is booing. They can't believe what has happened here. They were riding high and going with all their chada bing, or whatever they say. And right now, the Eagles have them right where they want them.
See, the Saints offense, they can dominate for 3 quarters, but they can't put it, because of that offense, they just never put people away.
6:32. 3 receivers. Saints at their 10. Eagles lead by 4. With Hebert back. He fires a pass, and the big drive down at the 5-yard line is Vaughn Dunbar by Byron Evans.
Byron Evans reads the screen. He steps right in between the Saints offensive lineman. He's waiting. That's film study that you know the Saints are going to go to a screen there. And then Byron Evans gets right in behind the offensive lineman. He's waiting there.
And the Saints will have a third down and 20 with 6:03 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles up 24-20. Now, Stan, this obviously is not four-down territory.
No, he's got to punt it. 5:53.
If they can stop them. Big play for the Eagles defense right here.
This is where you maybe get your interception, though.
Shotgun. 3 receivers left. 1 receiver right.
Here they go.
Back goes Hebert. He's hit. He's
safety. Safety.
And it's going to be a safety, or is it?
Yep, they give it
a safety. Safety as they get him in the end zone.
Bud Carson comes all out. He's got Eric Allen blitzing, his best coverage man. He blitzes Eric Allen. The Saints are really confused, and they pull it off with a safety. The umpire couldn't see it, or the referee, but the line judge makes the call for the safety. Now, the big thing is not the points, but the idea is the Saints are going to have to kick off from the 20. And you know something, Merrill? The fans are starting to leave here. They're getting a lot of movement. The people are starting to walk out. They're leaving. They're walking out. 5:53. 5.5 minutes to go, and these fans are packing it in.
I can't believe that with this much time left.
They're packing it in.
Just overpowering.
I think the big call is the confusion of the coverage when Eric Allen walks off of his man that he looks like he's going to be guarding, defending against, and then comes in with the blitz. It changes up the coverage, and Hebert is waiting to see what kind of coverage it is, and then Reggie White comes in and puts the sack on. Good play by Reggie White. Got to give Bud Carson the credit for making a really tough call by blitzing in Eric Allen.
5:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles up by 6 at 26-20. And now another 3 points would be huge. Now another Ruzick field goal would be enormous.
And for Saints fans, they got to be wondering about 4th and inches. When Mora elected to go for a field goal. When he had a drive going that was about 40 yards.
Here we go with 5:36 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Barnhart to punt. Deep for the Eagles, Sikahema and Seidner. Here is the punt by Barnhart from his 20. Hangs in the air a long time. Sikahema looks up, captures it at the 25, to the 30, up to the 35, up to the 38. And that's just fine for the Eagles with 5:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sean Lumpkin makes the stop. The last time the Eagles recorded a safety was in 1989. Al Harris sacked Joe Montana in the end zone. Here we are in 1993. And if we forgot to mention it, Happy New Year. 1st and 10. The ball on the Eagles' 38, their own 38. Single setback, Heath Sherman. In motion from left to right fire. The handoff to Sherman, bounces outside, 40, 45, midfield. Heath Sherman picking up a first down on the carry. A pickup of 11 yards by the Wolf. Heath Taylor and Toy Cook pull him down. And Heath Sherman is putting together someday 18 carries for 85 yards.
Come flying down to New Orleans yesterday on the plane, film video director Mike Doherty pointed out Heath Sherman and said, that's the man that's going to have the big game. Doherty said they're going to be keen on Herschel and take him out. They said Heath Sherman. I nodded to see what happens. Heath Sherman with a big, big game.
Under 5 minutes to go. It is not locked up yet. Slot to the near side. Single setback. 1st and 10. And Cunningham puts it in the belly of Heath Sherman again, and he drags people 5 yards forward into Saints territory and down at the 45-yard line. Heath Sherman really having fun right now. Sam Mills and Vaughn Johnson made the stop.
Saints cannot allow a score.
You know, it's interesting, Stan. We both felt going into this game that the worst thing that could happen to the Eagles was to fall way behind the Saints, and how tough it would be to come back against this defense. But they've done it. as we head under the 4-minute mark. Eagles with a 2nd down and 4. Receivers split. Do they go back to Heath Sherman once again? Yes. Outside he goes. He's got a 1st down. He heads down the far sideline. He tries to stay in bounds, and he is run out of bounds inside the 30. Reginald Jones makes the stop.
Heath Sherman's going off tackle. The Saints stuff it. He bounces it to the outside. Does a real good job of just going up and then bounces it to the outside. Outruns Swilling. Fred Barnett's blocking downfield. They're packing them up fast here now.
Yep.
Now they're leaving. I mean, right now there's about 15% of the people have left. Look at the stands.
Heath Sherman with 20 carries for 107 yards. I'm not assuming a thing yet. We've been through this too many times before to assume anything. Herschel Walker comes in to spell Heath Sherman. He takes the handoff. He pushes forward up the middle for about 3. And the clock will tick. Under 3:40, 3:38.
You'll see now, and it just happened there. It looked like Frank Warren, or Wayne Martin rather, was trying to strip the ball. The Saints are going to be playing for the strip. Got to protect it.
2nd down and 8. Heath Sherman with a big day. Reggie White with an enormous play. Eric Allen and Seth Joyner with big interceptions.
Field goal. The Eagles got to protect the ball because you just got to settle for the field goal and go up 9.
2nd down and 8. Receivers slotted. And it goes to Walker, heading to the outside. He's across the 25, and he is very close to a 1st down at the 20. He is within a yard of a 1st down at the 20-yard line. Clock ticking. 2:49, 2:48 as Vaughn Johnson and Gene Atkins knocked him out of bounds.
Saints are going to use their timeouts.
They've got to. Boy, this is unbelievable.
40-second timeout. 40 seconds.
What a comeback.
3rd down.
Don't forget, we'll have the Rich Kotite press conference in its entirety. Even though we separate it with a break, you are going to get it in its entirety. And, of course, we'll have the Eagles player of the game. And we will have Tom Cardella and Ron Jaworski from Ron's Eagles Nest. And who knows, even Bill Werndell will sneak in if they let him. 3rd down and a yard. Now Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems customers have an exclusive opportunity to call our pre- and post-game shows from your car. Just hit pound 94 on your Bell Atlantic cellular phone and speak with Tom Cardella, John Spagnola, and Ron Jaworski without any airtime charges. Brought to you by Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems.
It'd be interesting to see what they say about Jim Moore electing that Morton Anderson field goal as opposed to going for it on 4th and inches when you've got all the momentum. You got to play to win.
Stan having a quarterback sneak right here on 3rd and short. Cunningham goes to Sherman, and he's not going to get it. He doesn't get it.
Maybe that's the call. Since you've been giving it to Sherman so much, Merle, maybe you do go with the quarterback sneak, but you got to get it. Ruzic's got to nail this.
Timeout. 40-second timeout.
Saints take their 2nd timeout. And you're right. This is the field goal.
This is the big wrap it up. This is a money field goal. Ruzic has had a couple opportunities this year for money field goal. Think about the Seattle game. But this is a big one right now.
Yep. 2:40 to go. If he doesn't make it, the Saints will have the football just outside the 20. The other thing you don't want.
He's going to be lining it up. It's going to be a 40-yarder, maybe 39 and a half.
Yep. Here we go.
At about 39 and a half. That's where it's going to be spotted.
Of course, don't forget the danger of the block.
Now you can also get, if you get the Saints offside, you can pick up the 1st down.
Eagles kneeling at the 30. Here we go. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. It's long enough. It's good! Roger nails it. And now it is a 9-point game with 2:36 to go in the 4th quarter. And this baby is looking delicious.
Looking very good. Saints fans leaving fast.
By the way, with that Eagles sack on the safety, Bryn Mawr Sports Medicine will donate $500 to the Eagles Fly for Leukemia Fund. That's $500. That's $500 for every Eagles sack. 2:36 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles with a tremendous comeback. No, it wasn't a comeback that set NFL records the way the Bills did against the Houston Oilers today, but it was a beauty. It was a beauty mounted by a team.
Couple big plays by Randall Cunningham throwing to Fred Barnett. That'd be interesting if Kotite makes that call and he's playing to win, he's going all out, or if Randall picks up the receiver and goes to his second or third receiver. It'd be interesting to find out whether that play's called and Barnett was the primary receiver, or did Randall go to the second or third guy who was deep.
Roger Ruzick with 2 field goals today. Two 40-yarders, as a matter of fact.
Fred Barnett with 2 big touchdowns.
Yep. Look at this second half possession, Stan.
Eagles 21 minutes, the Saints 6 minutes.
Dunbar and Patrick Newman, the deep man for New Orleans. Now there's 36 remaining.
And now this place is about 50% filled.
But it's not over. All those celebrations. You and I, and all of us, we've been through a lot of heartbreak over the years, haven't we?
Oh, the Saints got to score. You got that 10-point factor. The Eagles only up by 9.
Here is the kickoff, high and deep, end over end. Newman at the goal line, out across the 5, the 10, the 15, and he doesn't reach the 20. Good special teams coverage by James Joseph and Scott Kalikowski.
That's a good kick by Ruzick because you don't get the ball out to the 20 with no time. Now they made him eat up some time there. They took off about, 7 or 8 seconds, and you're still at the 15.
Tom Gearhart, who joined this team a few weeks ago, in on that tackle.
Now we'll see. The Saints have only given up 15 sacks this year coming into the game. We'll see if they can protect a quarterback when they're trailing late in the ball game.
Shotgun, double wing. Hebert back, under a rush. He throws it down.
Doesn't look good.
Lucky he didn't get an intentional grounding call right there as he gunned it into the ground as Andy Harmon was charging. 2:25. No, I'm not either.
I'm not. We'll tell you folks later.
Yeah, we're not.
We'll tell you later what our producer's handing us.
Yeah, we will tell you later. You know what he's handing us. You know, something about schedules, forget it. Not that we're superstitious.
Both of us, neither one wants to touch it.
No, we're not touching that.
He's saying, bring it up, start promoing next
when it says 0, 0, 0, 0, we'll promo that. 2:25 to go. 2nd and 10. Saints at their own 15. It's looking good. Back goes Hebert again under a rush. Intercepted and running in for a touchdown is Eric Allen. And now we'll tell you that this is over. The Eagles are heading for Dallas.
And the game will be 12:30 next Sunday. The Eagles at Dallas in the matchup.
Pack the bag, Cindy. We're heading for Dallas. 35-20. The Eagles have blown the roof off the Superdome. The Eagles have blown the roof off the Superdome. Eric Allen with a big play.
This could get ugly here for the Saints.
That's the most points the Eagles have scored in a playoff game. And here is Ruzick for an extra point. Spotted, kicked up, good. 36-20. Stan, we're going to have to name up.
I think you might have a penalty flag or something.
Hey, Rogers a little slow getting up. Boy, I'll tell you something. You have to feel for these people. Never a playoff win in the 26-year history of the franchise.
I don't feel
today. Well, I was just going to say, but don't feel too long. Because when you consider the alternative, it would have been a bleak plane ride home. Personal foul.
Impressed with the character of the Eagles to hang in there when everything was working against them for 3 quarters. but that's typical of the Jim Moore team. He can dominate for 3/4 of a game, but they never put anybody away.
What a win.
I think he's going to take some criticism when he had the drive going, and you got 4th and inches after a big drive, and you left the conservative approach of taking a Morton Anderson field goal when you're up 7. That 10 doesn't help you.
Well, you are right. But at the time,
the thing is, at the time I was wondering it too, because all you're doing is you're playing by the book, the conservative book. Mm-hmm. You get ahead in the playoffs by going by the book. Just a feel.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that it wasn't something that you can look at and say, gee, what a horrible.
I bet you down here they look at it.
You think so?
I bet you the Times-Picayune here in New Orleans has some questions about going for it on 4th and short.
The Eagles have finally won a playoff game on the road. First time this team has won a playoff game on the road since 1949. First time they have won a playoff game, period, since my partner was lining up at left tackle. In 1981, on a bitterly cold day at Veterans Stadium, where they ripped the Dallas Cowboys, who, not so incidentally, will play host to this group next week at Texas Stadium. Don't forget all the post-game shows. Here is a kickoff by Eagles off the tee, and he kicks it out of bounds. So Ruzick shake it up. And
I hope Ruzick got hurt. The thing is, he got banged up on that play. Now, Ruzick came in with the tender knee. We're looking on the sideline. They don't see Ruzick standing. That's for next week. Kind of like the way the Eagles hung in there. Hung in there. But the Saints, the problem with the Saints is they can dominate for 3/4 and be in a 15-14 game.
There is a tomorrow.
They were dominating for 3/4.
What a brilliant comeback by the Eagles. They trailed in this game 20-7, and they were going nowhere. Slowly. Hebert takes the snap on a quarterback draw and scampers up across the 25 to the 26.
Coming into the game, the one statistic that I thought might be key was that the Saints, coming into the game, only gave up 15 sacks. But you couldn't tell how many of those sacks were in the 3rd quarter of a game when it depended on it, and how many times Hebert brought this team back.
And there is the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 36, the Saints 20 on the Eagles Football Network.
You start out in the pack of runners. At 15 miles, you're pulling away. Can you find the energy to go further? The energy to go further. Just as you'll find it in long-distance champions, you'll also find it at Texaco. In products like System 3 gasolines for improved performance at all octane grades. In services like our car washes and convenient food marts. And you can pay for everything with your Texaco credit card. At Texaco, we meet the challenge of the road and then go even further. Texaco, the energy to go further.
John in Paints. Please come to register 58.
When you go shopping for paint, does the salesperson give advice or just direct you toward the paint department?
John in Paints. Please come to register 58.
Come to MAB Paints. We know paint. After all, we've been manufacturing it since 1899. And our professionals pride themselves on finding solutions for even the toughest painting problems. For almost 100 years, MAB Paints has manufactured the paints and coatings homeowners have come to depend on, which is why when you go to MAB Paints, they've got the answers. What tools to use to paint a tricky area, what kind of paint you need, inside or out, how to get long-lasting protection and beauty. MAB's got the answers and the paints. Plus, painting tools, accessories, wood finishes, driveway coatings, everything you need. After all, MAB also stands for convenience. MAB Paints. Quality you can see since 1899. Available at all MAB paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers.
After the game, stay tuned for the best classic rock from 4 decades on 94 WISP.
The 2-minute warning is brought to you by CompUSA, America's largest computer superstore. The Miller Lite. Well, we'll get to that in a moment after this Saint play. Shotgun, Hebert back again. He fires, it's juggled, incomplete. Almost the 3rd interception for Eric Allen as it clanged off the chest of Vaughn Dunbar. The Miller Lite Eagles player of the game is Heath Sherman, who had an enormous day. Heath Sherman with 107 yards on 20 carries, He is our Miller Lite Eagles player of the game. And most importantly, in that 107 yards, a game-sealing touchdown. Maybe not a sealing touchdown, but one that put the Eagles up.
And you talk about a sense of relief on that Eagles sidelines. Rich Kotite, Randall Cunningham, Reggie White, Seth Joyner.
Here's Hebert in the shotgun again. He fires and completes it for a short gain up at the 31-yard line as the clock continues to tick. Torrance Small, the receiver.
They'll have the first down.
And the Saints will use their final timeout. Let's pause 5 seconds.
40-second timeout.
Of the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles Football on the classic rock station 94 WISP Philadelphia.
This broadcast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and the Philadelphia Eagles for 94 WISP FM and Infinity Broadcasting Corporation, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Football League, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Timothy Q. Sabian and WISP is prohibited. A minute and 46 seconds. That's all that separates the Eagles from a trip to Dallas. Texas Stadium, the place. Next Sunday, 12:30. The build-up this week will be something. Our statistician, Jack Edelstein, we didn't know he could count up to 107. Our spotter, Mark Dalton. Engineers, Lane Massey and Walt Jost. Engineering supervisor, Richard Bagg. Scoreboard editor, Craig Cardella. Production assistants, these are the guys on the field with those microphones, Dan Rosenthal and John Brodsky. Our studio coordinator, Jerry Donahue. Studio director, Jim McClure. Studio assistants, Jeff Collins and Angelo Cecchini. For the Saints, 1st and 10, the ball on their own 32. Hebert in the shotgun one more time. They are out of timeouts. He fires and completes and doesn't. Incomplete. He doesn't want it. It goes off the hands of Eric Martin, who, had he caught it, would have taken a hit from Otis Smith. Incomplete. Our studio producer, George Hickman. Operations manager, Tim Sabian. And our executive producer, Joseph A. McPeak.
Who had this game locked up in the third quarter when he started writing up that the Eagles will be playing Dallas next week.
He had it figured out
Sunday
all along.
at 12:30 in Big D.
A minute and 41 seconds left. That's it. Saints with a second down and 10. In the gun, Hebert. He's rolling. He's setting. He's running. He fires and completes it along the far sideline to Quint Early up at the 48-yard line, where he's knocked out of bounds with a minute and 33 seconds remaining.
You know, one of the things that I've always felt, though, is that the NFL playoff system is wrong in the fact that you should take the wild card teams in the NFC and put them in the AFC and play against their teams over there, and the AFC teams here. Because now you got teams like, Buffalo in there. Kansas City got knocked out. But I always felt that New Orleans is a good team. I take them over almost all the teams in the AFC, but they're going home.
1st and 10 Saints. 2 yards shy of midfield. Eagles up by plenty. Doesn't matter. The pass is completed over the middle, and picking up yardage to the 42-yard line is Vaughn Dunbar. But the Saints can do nothing to stop the clock as Byron Evans makes the stop.
On that play, John Booty and Rich Miano were down at the 10-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Saints again. Hebert to throw, and he fires the out pattern to Dunbar, who is tackled by Byron Evans at the 35. And this will take us under the 1-minute mark. And the Eagles with an insurmountable lead of 16 points, 36-20. Stan was right. At the outset of this game, Stan said, if the Eagles are going to win, it's going to be a shootout. Back goes Hebert, fires, and completes the pass on the far side of the field, and being tackled is Quinn Early as the clock ticks under 40 seconds left. Stan, I really doubted you last night. I shouldn't when you said at dinner that this game will be over 40 points, and you were right. On a quick out pattern again to Quinn Early, who runs out of bounds at the 15-yard line with 26 seconds left.
I think the big play, and I think it's just out of field. is when Moore elects to go. He's got 4th and inches. He's dominated the whole game. He's up by 7. Go for the win. You got 4th and inches. You've been playing. And for some reason, he elects to take the Mort Anderson field goal. The 3. I don't know. By the bookies could say, yeah, it's not that big of a play. You know, you get the 3. But it's whether you're really going all out to win and you're willing to lay it all out on the line and gamble. You know, you can even look at Cunningham's pass to Fred Barnett. The Eagles were in the pants. He throws that ball up there. They could be happy just getting a field goal, calling something conservative, but no, they go to the end zone. They get the 7.
26 seconds left. Saints will try to make it look a little bit better on the scoreboard, but this is clearly a 16-point Eagles victory. Into the gun with 3 wide receivers. Line of scrimmage, the Eagles 15. Bear steps up, guns it for the end zone. Incomplete. Vicious hit in the end zone. Booty early went up and was hit by Booty as the ball arrived. 20 seconds left.
I think that you call it a clothesline. Booty clotheslined him. Boom.
And this place is empty. Nothing like that Monday night in 1989. The Eagles' last visit here where the Saints were celebrating.
You know, in 1980 it wasn't too good of a game either.
81.
81 rather.
Super Bowl.
Byron Evans goes out of the game. Isel Jenkins comes in. 20 seconds. Third and 2.
And into the shotgun as Bear will try again to hit the end zone. He takes the snap, he backpedals, he fires, and completes the pass at the 10, and down at the 8 goes Eric Martin. And the clock with 12, 11, 10.
Merle, you said before the game that the Eagles this week was probably more focused and more concentrated.
Yep. Bear again takes it, lobs it for the end zone, incomplete, and that is it. As the gun sounds, and the Eagles head for Dallas as they beat the New Orleans Saints 36-20, the Eagles' first playoff win since 1981. The final, the Eagles bury the Saints 36-20, and we'll be back with more of the Eagles Football Network.
All over the place, singing.
I want a Nissan Pathfinder. Because I need a 4-wheel drive vehicle I can use everywhere. Sure, I want to climb a mountain, but I don't live there. I have to go to the office, the opera, and even off-road without having 3 different car payments. I want a Pathfinder because I need to be able to go out for a gallon of milk with my kids when it's snowing. What's my option? A station wagon? That's not me. I need a car that's reliable and practical without giving up style. And even though I want a Pathfinder, I'm looking for the right deal. Because I need a car to work for me, not a car I have to work for. So what do you got?
The Nissan Pathfinder Special Lease Program. See your Nissan dealer now and you can drive home a Pathfinder easier than ever before. Nissan. It's time to expect more from a car.
Thanks to the Sports Authority, America's favorite national pastime is now a completely different ballgame. Yes, all across our great nation, the running from corner sports store to strip mall to mega mall, searching for the sporting goods you want is indeed all washed up as our #1 sporting event. Why? The stats tell all. With a massive selection of 45,000 items, the Sports Authority has anything and everything. From hot active wear to fishing lures to fitness equipment to professional darts and much, much more. All at everyday low prices. So now, instead of spending time doing the corner store strip mall mega mall shuffle, you'll have time to take up, baseball or something. The Sports Authority. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Visit any of the Sports Authority stores in Exton, Deptford, Northeast Philadelphia, Mapleshade, Lawrenceville, and Allentown. The Sports Authority. You've never seen anything quite like it.
The Dole and Zeppelin Cars. All on the classic rock station, 94 WISP. You've been listening to Philadelphia Eagles football on the Eagles Football Network. Brought to you by your Cadillac Super Network dealer. Cadillac is changing the way you think about American automobiles. By the more than 300 MAB paint stores and Rich Lux home centers since 1899. By Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's the right beer now. By Sears Brand Central, the brand you want at the store you trust. By Frito-Lay, makers of new tastier and crispier Lay's brand potato chips. By Dunkin' Donuts, where it's always worth a trip. By your Key States Jeep and Eagle dealers, there's only one Jeep. By Cotman Transmissions, no one has a better guarantee than your Cotman man. By Texaco System 3 gasoline, the energy to go further. By Snapple Natural Beverages, made from the best stuff on earth. By Hers, Philadelphia's favorite. Make Hers yours. By Budget Rent-A-Car of Philadelphia. Budget features quality products of the Chrysler Corporation and other fine cars. By 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. By Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. And by your Nissan dealers. It's time to expect more from a car. Philadelphia Eagles football on the Eagles Football Network.
Stan Walker's back here at an empty. Bobby Aber just walked off, and the fans were booing him here. Fans very disappointed. Just looking at the stats, Bobby Aber in the first half was 13 of 19 for 187 yards. He wound up the game 16 of 29. So in the second half, Bobby Aber only completed three passes. As we mentioned in the latter part of the fourth quarter, the Eagles will be playing the Dallas Cowboys down in Texas Stadium. Sunday at 12:30 will be the kickoff. Unbelievable comeback for the Eagles to hang in there, hang tough. I think the big play of the game was when Jim Moore elects with fourth and inches, he elects to go for a field goal rather than keeping the momentum up, and they were driving the ball at that time. And Heath Sherman, a lot of people kind of snickered when Heath Sherman was voted the most valuable player by the Eagles. When they vote among themselves, he won the most valuable player award, the Baker's Trophy that they give out at the Baker's Club dinner. And Heath Sherman comes through in the latter part of the season. We'll be right back with more on the Eagles Football Network.
Remember the taste of your first Hers chip, so tasty and crisp with your favorite dip. That's when you knew that Hers was the one, 'cause crunching on a Hers chip is delicious fun.
Anybody born in this town knows Philadelphia prefers Hers. Hers chips, so crisp and fresh and utterly delicious, they're Philly's favorite.
And you can make Hers yours.
You start out on a pack of runners. At 15 miles, you're pulling away. Can you find the energy to go further? The energy to go further. Just as you'll find it in long-distance champions, you'll also find it at Texaco. In products like System 3 gasolines for improved performance at all octane grades. In services like our car washes and convenient food marts. And you can pay for everything with your Texaco credit card. At Texaco, we'll meet the challenge of the road and then go even further. Texaco, the energy to go further.
Specializing in the best classic rock, 94 WISP.
Merrill Reese and Sam Waters back at the Superdome. What a great feeling as the Eagles beat the Saints 36-20, a game that, Dan, I'll be honest, when they were down 20-7, and I said on the air that it wasn't so much the score that bothered me, the 13 points, it was just the trend, the way that everything was mushrooming against the Eagles.
Well, the one thing about the Saints, I think if you look at their history, they can actually dominate a ball game for 3 quarters, and we saw it on a Monday night game this year. And all of a sudden, they're only up. They never put away a team going into the fourth quarter, even though they're outplaying them and they've got all the yards we mentioned. They outgained the Eagles 198 to 82 yards in the first half, and then all of a sudden they just don't put enough points on the board. This is not a real touchdown scoring team that you have to be able to score a lot of TDs, and they don't do that. Morton Anderson's accounted for over 37% of their points. That's not enough. To win the playoffs, to go in to be a good team, touchdowns count. Field goals are important, but touchdowns are what decides the good teams from the bad.
Boy, you are so right. I think that I fell into that trap, thinking that this probably would be a tight defensive struggle.
The one thing, coming down here, I thought the game was too close to call. And the one thing you said was the way the Eagles practiced as opposed to the previous 3 losses, they weren't looking ahead to the big game. They weren't looking away to the division playoffs, and they weren't making plans. You said all week that the Eagles had a good week of practice and then co-tight with the sound systems. I mean, this was a make-or-break game, and they approached it that way.
All right, stay tuned for Player of the Game coming up next on the Eagles Football Network.
I'm Joanne Burrell. I'm the general dentist. I bank at GSB. My husband's name is Jack. And, I mean, I couldn't say enough about him. Last night I was a little unsure what was I going to say. And he said, well, tell them about our home equity loan and tell them how great that is. And tell them about the hours that are available. The hours are great. Tell them I've been with it for 11 years. Tell them I love Mac. And I said, why don't you come and do this commercial?
Joanne Burrell is one of the many customers who have found that banking really is as easy as GSP. For more information on any of our banking services, just call Germantown Savings Bank at 668-2890.
Maybe we've taken GSP for granted because we just keep on using it month after month, and it's always there. We've been happy. We've been there for 11 years. We've been pleased, so why change something that's good?
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Well, I'm here now with PC Modem, the computer genius from CompUSA. So, Bob, did you get what you wanted for Christmas? World peace and a Vegas career? Yeah. I got part of it, but what I really wanted was a Hewlett-Packard DeskJet portable printer. Then you got to go to CompUSA. Nice transition. Thanks. The Hewlett-Packard DeskJet portable printer is great because it prints 3 pages per minute. Comes with lots of fonts and weighs less than 5 pounds. It even uses water-resistant ink, and you have the choice of manual feed or an optional 50-page feeder. Boy, you sure hit a nerve with that product feature. Thank you. And the Hewlett-Packard DeskJet portable printer is just one of over 5,000 other products at CompUSA. And everything's at the lowest prices every day. Right. CompUSA is the computer superstore. You know, PC, I'm going to get the Hewlett-Packard DeskJet portable printer at CompUSA today. Great. What sort of an act do you do in Vegas? I read haiku poetry on ice. How does it go over? Not well.
The Hewlett-Packard DeskJet portable printer is just $391.74 at CompUSA off Route 202 in the Valley Forge Shopping Center and the Home and Design Center in Franklin Mills. CompUSA is the computer superstore.
The Beatles songs, all on the classic rock station 94 WISP. Time now for today's Player of the Game, brought to you by Barry Sable, the Diamond Authority.
Merrill Reese, Stan Waters back in the broadcast booth at the Superdome. Looking at some of the scoring plays for this game. Saints drove all the way on their initial possession and scored with a 1-yard run by Craig Ironhead Hayward. But that lead was short-lived because the Eagles came right back and tied the score on this pass from Randall to Fred Barnett. 1st and 10, the ball at the 42. This time the back's in the eye. Receiver slotted to the near side of the field. Cunningham turns and says something to his back. Positions them in the eye. Ball at the Eagles 43. Saints leading 7-0. Cunningham on play action is back. He's loading up. He wants Barnett deep. Racing. Has it. 5. Touchdown!
Fred Barnett runs a straight fly pattern on the near sideline. Randall makes the fake, and then he puts the ball up. Fred Barnett never has to break stride. He goes in for the score. Now, Randall Cunningham struggles in the first half. He's only 5 of 15, but one of them was for that 57-yard touchdown.
Stan, we'll get back to some of the replays in just a few moments, but right now we have our player of the game down in the Eagles locker room, and it is Eagles running back Heath Sherman, who carried the football 20 times this afternoon and gained 105 yards. And Heath, Stan, and I have been speaking about the fact that you have really given this team a lot of life, not just this afternoon when you came up with the huge game, but from the time you started and saw increased playing time with that big game in Milwaukee. You have really, really carried a load and been a major factor. How do you feel?
Well, I feel pretty good about it. You know, I'm just running hard with the offensive line, blocking, you know, he blocking real well and stuff like that. I'm just reading them real well. I'm in shape, and I just read them very well.
Heath, last week against the Washington Redskins, you make a play for a touchdown, which I think is maybe the Eagles' play of the year. But today, on 3rd and short, when it looked like you got stopped about a yard behind the line of scrimmage and you broke a few tackles, that has to be the play of the game.
Well, it was a designed quick hitter, right? And I think they kind of knew we was going to come inside real fast. And I just acted like I was going inside, and then I bounced off a lineman and came to the outside. And I know I had to get the first down, you know, for us to keep going on the drive. So I just ran hard.
Heath, the first half, everything's working against the Eagles. Was there any panic? What was the feeling on the Eagles sideline as everything seemed to be snowballing against them?
Well, we just kept on playing hard because we know we're not a good first half team because we don't know really why, but we kept on playing it. Then the second half, we went in the locker room, we say, and this is our half. We know what we can do on the second half, so we just came out and we drove down. We had a little, mistake on the fumble and stuff. We was going to score it in, but we just kept going, and we just came out on top.
Heath, at halftime, did Rich Kotite say anything? It looked like the Eagles went in the locker room and they were back out in 2 minutes. It looked like there didn't have to be any adjustments. It almost looks like Kotite said, hey, go out there and execute the game plan. We'll be all right.
Well, we was making, minimal mistakes and stuff like that. We knew what we had to do. Kotite just come in there and said, let's get on blocks, just keep working hard, and you know what we got to do. We're a second half team, so let's play. And we came out there and played because we didn't stay in there too long. The band was still on the field when we came out.
I know it. Heath, you had the touchdown that gave the Eagles the lead after trailing from early in the game. You were the guy who, with the Eagles down 20-17, put them on top to stay. And here is what your touchdown sounded like in our broadcast booth. Receiver slotted. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Cunningham goes to Sherman. Takes the outside. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown! And Heath Sherman explodes once again. Heath, it had to be fun when you saw that end zone.
Yeah, it was. I just went straight for the flag, and I knew when I was running one with a defensive back, it's kind of hard going to bring me down. So,
Heath, one play that I was wondering about was when Randall Cunningham hits Fred Barnett with Fred's second touchdown of the game. Was that play designed to go deep, or did Randall come off his other receivers and then find Barnett in the end zone?
Well, most of this is designed for Fred to go straight down the field, shake him a little bit and go deep, but they were kind of double covered him, and Randall still threw it in there because Freddie could out-jump anybody back there, so he just threw it down there anyway.
It seems to me that when you have the Saints, the Eagles, Rich Kotite's calling plays where you're still going to play to win. Were you guys surprised on the sideline that Mora, with 4th and inches in that fourth quarter, didn't go for it and elected for a field goal?
Well,
was that surprising to you?
No, that wasn't surprising because I know Richie trying to play to win because it's going to be kind of hard for him to come back. The defense was fired up, when they came back on the field. So he just make sure he got the points before they have to get a touchdown to get ahead.
Heath, a terrific win this afternoon, a terrific come-from-behind win. There were a few frazzled nerves back in the Delaware Valley, but you are heading for Dallas with some nice thoughts. Congratulations for being our player of the game. And you receive a $100 gift certificate from Barry Sable, the Diamond Authority. Heath Sherman, congratulations, and we'll see you on the plane.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Eagles Football Network. Merrill and Stan back here in the broadcast booth. Stan, you thought perhaps the biggest play of the game and the one that you just spoke with Heath about was with the Eagles trailing 20-10. Cunningham went downtown and got a circus reception from Fred Barnett. 3rd and 10.5. Ball at the Saints, 35. Eagles trailing by 10. We're in the 4th quarter. Cunningham with no shotgun on his back. He's loading up. He's loading it deep. Leaping. And a great touchdown catch by Fred Barnett.
I think that's the play. We find out from Heath Sherman in the post-game interview that play was designed as a deep pass for Cunningham just to throw the ball to Heath Sherman. Now, to Fred Barnett. Cunningham does so in a double coverage, but Fred Barnett goes up and makes the big catch. To me, that's aggressive play on the part of Rich Kotite rather than just thinking about settling for a field goal to work in the field goal range. That might be the difference of two coaches' strategy in the 4th quarter. One guy's still playing to win, and the other one's trying to hold on to win.
There were a couple of enormous defensive plays in this game. One, once again, by Seth Joyner, who came up with the key interception prior to the touchdown run by Heath Sherman. Eric Allen made a touchdown reception that set up a field goal. And then this rarely seen play. Receivers left. One receiver right.
Here they go.
Back goes Hebert. He's hit. He's
safety. Safety.
And it's going to be a safety, or is it?
Yep, they give it a
safety. A safety is they get him in the end. Well, Stan, a little excitement.
I think that while the players make a good play, I do think that Bud Carson makes a great call because he brings Eric Allen, his best coverage man, on a corner blitz. That confuses Hebert, and he's waiting there to see what kind of coverage he's got because the corner left the man, and he comes in. Reggie White gets the sack.
And with that Eagles sack, Bryn Mawr Sports Medicine donated $500 to the Eagles Fly for Leukemia Fund, $500 for every Eagles sack. And, of course, Roger Ruzick had a big game. Every field goal was a pressure one. The last one he kicked gave the Eagles the 9-point differential, and that was really what sealed the fate once and for all of the New Orleans Saints. And then just to add a little breathing room, number 21, All-Pro Eric Allen stepped forward and came up with this play. 5 to go, 2nd and 10, Saints at their own 15. It's looking good. Back goes Hebert again under a rush. Intercepted and running in for a touchdown is Eric Allen. And now we'll tell you that this is over. The Eagles are heading for Dallas. And
the Saints and Bobby Hebert are not a come-from-behind team.
Not this afternoon.
They just can't play come from behind.
But the Eagles played come from behind this afternoon and came through splendidly. Stay tuned for Rich Kotite's press conference coming up next on the Eagles Football Network.
Celebrate us.
What an afternoon for the Eagles. A memorable game as they finally taste playoff success, and they beat the New Orleans Saints 36-20. And now, indeed, there is a next week, the longest we've worked in a long time. It'll come next Sunday, and it'll come at Texas Stadium at 12:30 against the Dallas Cowboys. This entire week should be a lot of fun for all of us. All right, the final once again, the Eagles defeat the Saints here at the Superdome, 36-20. And now let's go downstairs as in its entirety, you will hear Rich Kotite's post-game media conference.
It was a great comeback under some very difficult circumstances, and I think everybody on the team, the coaches, everybody did a magnificent job of keeping it cool, not losing the poise, and not panicking. New Orleans Saints play very tough football, and they did. And finally, we were able to do some things offensively, get some turnovers defensively, and the game turned around. We're very thrilled with this win. It's our first step. I want them to get back healthy, a little bounce, and get ready to play Dallas.
What's the difference between the first and second half?
Well, I thought we came off the better offensively at the line of scrimmage, and we started running the ball better. I thought Randall played an excellent game. Even though he had some balls batted down, he made some great throws, and he was hitting people on time. The second half, our defense came alive and really did an excellent job against a very fine offense. So it was just one of those games that nobody got down in the dumps. They have a lot of character. I think they're very focused, and they certainly are very happy to win this game. But by no stretch of the imagination is anybody satisfied.
Did the Saints defense break down as far as you're concerned?
Well, I don't know if it broke down. It's just that we were able to get some good runs and a good pass and run mix, especially out of the one-back offense in the second half.
It seemed like you went, in the first game you played against them, you used almost exclusively one back, two tight ends, and it seemed like in the second half you went back to that.
We did more of that in the second half, primarily to cover up Swilling and Jackson.
Rich, why Heath so much more than Herschel?
Because defensively, you can't see Heath. He runs so low. And we were getting into our blockers, and that's why. It's nothing against Herschel, just that his style, I think, fit what we were doing today from a standpoint of what they were trying to do. Freddie Barnett, Calvin, Keith Byers, everybody did a magnificent job. I thought our offensive line didn't get down, didn't get discouraged. I think we had very few first downs in the first half. I don't know how many, but I don't know how many we ended up with. But the point is they didn't get down, they didn't get intimidated. And as great a crowd as this is and as loud as it is, I don't think it had one ill effect on us.
To win a game in this fashion bode well for the future? I mean, to come back?
I think so. Again, this is 1992. I always look back, things behind us are ancient history. The big thing is this team has earned where they are right now. They've earned it through very tough football and playing for 60 minutes. And again, it's only the first step, guys. We have to get well. We're a little banged up. And get ready to go play an outstanding Dallas team.
We'll be back with more of Rich Kotite's press conference in a moment on the Eagles Football Network.
At 7-Eleven, we look at mornings differently because we know how ugly they can get.
What's the problem, officer?
You were going 90 in a 25 zone.
Sorry about that, but I made a minute egg this morning. And when I went to crack it, I missed it and hit my juice glass instead. Spilling juice all over my tie, so I had to change ties, but the new tie didn't go with the old suit. So I changed suits, and by that time, I was late.
If Murphy's Law applies to your mornings, try 7-Eleven. We have everything you need for a better start, like fresh muffins and cold juices, donuts and fountain soft drinks, and plenty of freshly brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Plus, since we try to check you out in 30 seconds or less, you might actually have time to slow down and enjoy your morning.
I've got an 8:15 with accounting, a 9 o'clock with marketing, and a 9:30 with research.
I guess you'll have to squeeze in a 7:45 with legal, huh?
Guess so.
For getting a good start makes a difference. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Free flavored creamers make great 7-Eleven coffee even better. Try flavors like Swiss Mocha, Irish Cream, Amaretto, or Cinnamon Hazelnut at participating 7-Eleven stores.
Budget lets you fall into a luxury car at a very affordable price. Rent a roomy, luxurious Chrysler Fifth Avenue for any 3 days for only $149. 3-day minimum, limited supply, subject to availability. Other restrictions apply. For information and reservations, call 215-492-9400 or your local budget number. To qualify for this special rate, ask for the Eagles 94 WYSP Budget Football Special. Budget features quality products of the Chrysler Corporation and other fine cars. The smart money is on budget.
This fall, meet your friends at Bay Street, where every day they offer an outstanding variety of fresh seafood, prime beef, tender chicken, and delicious pastas. Join them for a happy hour every weekday from 4 to 6 and enjoy their great appetizers, reduced drink prices, and the best service in town. And for special affairs, they have a private banquet room at both Bay Street locations, on the boulevard just south of Woodhaven Road and in Washington Township next to JFK Hospital. Bay Street Restaurants, 2 great locations, 1 great dining experience.
Specializing in the best classic rock, 94 WYSP.
Now back to Rich Kotite's post-game press conference, which you're hearing in its entirety.
The Houston game, I mean, how far behind Buffalo was against Houston, and they can come back to 10.
Matter of fact, I said that just before we went out. I said they were down 35-3. They came back and won it. We're down 10. What's the big deal, you know?
Was there a plan for Heath to carry as much as he did, or just for somebody to carry that many times?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't in the plan for him to carry as much as he did, but he had a hot hand, and I kept feeding him the ball.
Because you want to make some defensive adjustments in the...
Yes, I feel good that we get into the next step in the playoffs, and I'm pleased at that, and I'm pleased that this team has earned everything it's gotten up to now. But they are by no stretch of the imagination satisfied, and they're very happy, but they are very focused on next week.
We should be going, Rich.
Yes, sir. I believe we can.
We got the momentum of the game switch like that at halftime. So
we had a good drive in the third quarter, but we didn't come with any points. But I felt that we just kept hammering away and able to get some first downs. I thought we were very excellent physical condition, and I think that was one of the factors.
How big a confidence was the catch? Freddie in the end zone.
No, that was a great play. They brought up a safety in a position to support the run, and we called our seam pass all the way through, 4 guys going through, and you put that ball up where Freddie can get it, he got it. But I'll tell you something, Randall was on the money, and he played, and I really hope he gets the credit that I think he really deserves, because he was very calm. He didn't try to win the game himself when things were tough in the first half, and we hung in there, and crowd noise wasn't even a factor.
What kind of adjustments did you make defensively in the second half?
Well, you're going to have to talk to Bud about that. I was busy making offensive adjustments, but we had a couple of breakdowns in the first half that gave them big plays, and they certainly took care of that.
For one thing, Rich, but did you break them down physically in the fourth quarter?
I thought in the fourth quarter we were in excellent in shape, and I think it showed. Nothing against them, but our guys, I think, came on strong in the end of the third and the fourth quarter, and I've always believed that we have a very well conditioned football team, and I think it showed today.
You kept saying the pants was the pants, but did you feel burdened in any way?
Not at all. I mean, to this game. No, I didn't. I just wanted to go out and win the game and get to the next level in the playoffs. I really did. I don't worry about things like that. We just try to do the best job we can. This is a new team. And I don't think it has anything to do with the past. And we have players here who kept working hard, who for years had some frustration in the playoffs. They deserve this win because they worked their way through it. I'll tell you the factor I think that had a lot to do with winning today. We came down here in a hostile environment, and we didn't play not to lose, and we were intense. We came out and played our brand of football, loose, and tried to use good judgment and fly all over the field. And I think that showed in the third and fourth quarter. It wasn't any great trickery or anything. It was 45 guys working their tails off. Thank you.